Oh, yes.
Yes.
Diego hooking us up as always. He did that without me even asking him to do that.
Yo, you
He
took
just-
my mouth. Yo, I was like, what's happening?
I think I'm gonna have to speak to Diego.
Yeah, we gotta give him a shout out right away.
Yes.
We gotta give him a shout out right away.
Yeah,
So I hit him up for this background here to put our logos together, and he sent like a day later. He's like, "I'll take care of it," and he sent me that. He goes, "I couldn't resist. I had to do it." And I watched it, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me, man.
Yo, that's the
amazing."
one right there. That was the one right there.
Yeah,
I've watched it like 10 times. Like,
am
I watched it
I
10 times.
he did my King of the Statues.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
awesome.
Yo, that is the one. Yo, salute, man. Let's go. I'm hyped, man.
Oh, man, I'm ready. So, welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bitcast 115. I was typing up the notes, and I was like, oh, man, we missed 117 by 2 episodes. That would have been hot.
Yeah.
But we've got, a show we're really, really looking forward to today. We're going to be talking a little Ghost of Tsushima, just real quick, just to, catch up on where everyone is. Dan finished it last night. He's doing our review. And then we're talking Xbox Showcase. And we've got two of our favorite people to do that. So let's start with these introductions. So first, welcoming back to the show, a close friend of Season Gaming.
Again, the gaming ninja and our real life Adam Hunter.
Who speaks the last word while always pursuing his destiny.
Hold on. Introducing.
The CEO of LordsOfGaming.net, making his hotly anticipated return to the Bitcast.
Lord Cognito.
Man, welcome. Pump right now. Let's go there. Woo!
Oh man, how you doing? You feeling good?
Oh, I feel good to get an intro, man. It feels good. You have no idea. Woo!
We can't. I always say we can never match you, but we do our best.
I appreciate y'all, brothers, man. Always family. Always good to be back in the Bitcast with the seasoned lords. We got a lot to talk about, man. I'm super hyped, yo. Thank y'all. This intro to production, man, is super love.
Of course, man. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. Next, man, that needs no introduction, but we're gonna do one anyway. Another close friend of Season Gaming.
A man who calls out all the frauds and throws them in the damn bushes.
Like that. They be looking like that.
Yo, they still.
My statue collecting brother. And aptly named King of the Statues.
One more time. Introducing.
Making his long overdue first Bitcast appearance. And making his major motion picture debut this holiday season, the Knee Collector. King David.
Do you see the production values, King? I'm about to step my game. They got production values.
I'm loving all of this.
Yo,
This is how we do it over here.
I like this part of town.
Oh man, I sent this to Dan like a couple days ago. I was like, check this out. He just started cracking up.
The knee collector. Y'all are out of control.
I was super late today.
It's fantastic.
Oh man,
man.
I could just joke around for 2 hours, man. I'm having too much fun already. We haven't even started yet.
So much fun.
Oh my god. All right. So anyway, great to have you guys here. Can't wait to get into all the things we're going to talk about. I caught your guys' post show with Wilmy and Boom and everything the other night. It was awesome. You already called me out on the show for Elden Ring. I'm taking beatings left and right because you make one wrong prediction, man, and it's like, oh shit!
You know how to
I feel
make
like
it.
Mike Tyson's in round 8. It's not good. Oh man. Anyway, so Cog, you've been on the Bitcast before, and we have talked a lot about your gaming history. I know I've talked gaming history with you guys. But, King, before we even jump into the topics, one thing we'd like to do, and I just want to do it because it's your first time here, is real quick, talk about your gaming history for our audience, even though our audience is your audience, same damn people. But talk about your gaming history anyway. And, obviously we know it here, but just talk through, what got you into gaming at the start when you were younger and, kind of through that history, if you don't mind.
Okay, no problem. It started with my cousin who's passed away. He had an Atari 2600. Like I always think about everybody's intros and stuff, and they going back, and I've never really thought about the genesis of where my stuff started. So it started off with the Atari 2600, and he had it was a jungle game. Pitfall. It started off with Pitfall, and he left me there with the controller. Me and my other cousin, and we're playing, and we're super addicted. So I needed to have an Atari. I told my mother about it, and she was like, "Yeah, whatever." And so it just never really happened, because financial distress or whatever. So sure. I decided that I'm going to get it. So I went to the Chinese people and asked them, did they need any work? So they said, Chinese food restaurant. They said put up flyers inside the buildings. So that's how my thing working with newspapers even started, like paper in general, and it just like stuck with me forever. So I would go into the most dangerous projects at the age of 9 and 10 years old, and I would put flyers under everybody's door and get money for lunch, get money for breakfast, and get enough money to buy an Atari 2600. Brought the Atari 2600, and I was there, and I brought a ColecoVision, and I brought an Intellivision. I made so much money with these dudes. They was paying me at least $20-$25 a day back then. That's a hell of a lot of money. Right? And I was just stacking my bread because I wanted to buy these cartridges and stuff like that. So I brought that. The height of my video game thing when I was younger was my Vectrex.
Oh yeah, love the Vectrex.
I saw somebody with it, and I didn't have to bother my mother for her TV and turning it to the channel 3.
Yes.
So I was able to game by myself, and you put the little screen on it. So that was like the height of my thing. Then I saw a 2600, and I'm not 2600, 5200. Went to the 5200, got a 7800, and then Nintendo happened. At this time, I was working for another newspaper company down on 96th Street in Manhattan, and I would sneak out at night at the age of 14 to 15, and I would go deliver newspapers to this the rich people downtown. And we was getting paid every week. We was getting paid like $200 a week, so that was good money for me back then. And I got me the Rob set.
Wow.
Yeah.
Little Rob set.
I had the light gun. I had the Rob set. And I was like, oh, this is it. Used Rob probably one time because Rob was super slow. And I was like,
gyro mic, right? Was it
gyro mic?
He didn't work too well. He was cool to look at.
It was a nice little.
It was a cool marketing ploy. I remember the commercial though. If y'all remember.
No doubt.
Right. I remember now you're playing with. I was like, what is this?
Exactly. So my best friend at the time, Calvin Washington, that's where the name Calvin comes from. Because Calvin always messing something up. He brought Double Dribble, and he brought it to my house, and he didn't even have a Nintendo. And he's like, yo, I brought the cartridge, and we was playing Double Dribble all day, blowing the cartridge. Double dribble, right? And then transitioned over to the Genesis. Me and my friend Mo walked inside the Wiz, and when we walked in, it said, "Rise from your grave."
Yeah.
And I looked up and I said, "What the hell is that?" They said, "Oh, that's the new 16-bit Genesis." I said, "Genesis." I gotta get that. So I got the Genesis, and at that time,
you notice I brought this out today just for that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you on it right now.
You on it, man. Sega kids stand up.
So
of course,
at the time, my god brother down the hallway, he had a Master System, And he because he was always talking Sega, but I looked at it, I was like, the graphics mad whack.
You was console warring, King.
Hey, leave the Master System out of this.
I got you, Angel.
I was like, my Ninja got on my Nintendo and stuff, but when I got that Genesis, I was like, yo, come over. And he came over. He said, this is the next wave. Like, this is the new one. Right? So he saw that. Then from there, I went to Turbo Graphics, got the Turbo Graphics, the Turbo Dual, and then my Neo Geo started. By this time, me, Cog, and the team, we have Neo Geo. Then we go on the PlayStation. Every subsequent console after that, I've had.
You had the Neo Geo when it was out.
Yeah,
he had the Neo Geo. We went to his house to watch.
Yeah. What
premium gaming was about.
Yeah,
he couldn't you like bring the cartridge into the arcade?
Yeah, well,
it was something, right?
Depending on the arcade machine. Right. If they had the AVS machine, you were able to take the cartridge to the arcade machine and just put it inside the back. Now, the MVS one is the one that is built with a motherboard or whatever, and
that's
you can
do
that.
Board.
Yeah, that was
yes.
But the AVS one, I don't know if I mixed it up or I know.
No, you got it right.
Okay,
you got it right.
So that's what we had. Well, that's what. Well, I say we because anytime I purchased anything, I didn't purchase it for myself. Okay, we were playing games for the team.
Yeah.
All right. So when we went to buy games, we all consulted each other. Okay, what game are y'all getting?
That's
now?
what we did as kids. You had to do it that way.
You gotta say that money, right? Like, you're gonna get that. All right, I'm gonna get this.
You get that. We're gonna get this. All right. So who's gonna purchase the Dreamcast this year, or who's gonna do this? All right. What games are you getting at launch? Okay, so I know not to get this game or whatever. So we can mix and match. So, and that's how we all did it. That's the genesis of the Channel 5 team. Channel 5 team. We would go to the Chinese, what was that? The chicken spot. We would go to the chicken spot. Then go to the Fordham Road to pick up the Kung Fu flicks. Watch the Kung Fu flicks, eat our food, then play video games.
Play video games all day.
Right.
Oh, man.
Drive my mom's crazy.
Reminiscing right now.
Oh,
man.
my God.
We was all in the same house. So,
but what? Yeah.
And from there, that just flowed on into now is the PlayStation, and then when the Xbox showed up, and then Xbox Live happened, we all stayed connected. We was able to game inside our house and stop driving our significant others. I lost crazy relationships over Saturdays.
That's a fact.
Literally, they would tell me that there was no way in hell that I was gaming with dudes all day long. That one girl told me that it was ladies serving us drinks.
Yes,
while
we had a situation going on over there.
What? I said, I said, do you even hear yourself? We have
no way
topless
ladies to call me to check on you.
Yes, is he there? It got one time. It got so disgusting. I broke the phone while they was there.
Yes.
I broke the phone. She FedExed me a phone overnight. The next morning.
No.
Am I lying?
Oh my God.
King talk. That's King talk.
I am not lying. I'm completely telling 100% truth. It is no lie. But we always had our gaming, and I think the Xbox 360 with the advent of live, because we were playing on X Band and stuff like that, but it wasn't really what it is now.
Sure.
And once we were able to talk on a mic and a mic was in the box, it changed
the game
fundamentally how we interacted with each other, because we was always able to stay connected. Because life takes you away from each other. So when I saw Cog on my Xbox, and we had drifted apart at that time, and I saw him on TV, because we always said that we would go to E3.
Yes.
And I saw him and I said, oh my God, he's there. Oh my God, he's there. So I quickly called him and I texted him. I said, congratulations. I love the fact that you're there, but next year I'm there with you. I don't care, come hell or high water, because I will work myself to death. I work nights. And I don't take vacations and I don't do none of that stuff. But I said, I don't care what happens. I'm going to drop everything and I'm going to go. Facts. Because this was our dream to do that stuff.
We'd buy those E3 tapes and watch those tapes.
No doubt, man.
That would come out, your VHS joints, because we were so hyped.
Months later.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
completely different. But doing that, I met Ainsley, and when I'm at E3, and man, Haynes is talking, and he's statue collecting. Then talking to Bert, I'm like, yo, we're all connected in some weird, freaky form.
Constructicons unite, man.
Oh,
exactly.
See, now I know we here. Now I know we here. Like, that's my favorite Decepticon team. Like, oh man, we here right here, brother. Continue.
So that's my gaming history in a nutshell. It started with my cousin who passed away, and when I really thought about it, all the way to the essence of it, he had the 2600, and it started off with Pitfall. His stuff ended with E.T. But E.T. killed that. But it started off with Pitfall. So
that's amazing, man. So yeah, it's funny, very similar because Dan started with the 2600. I started with the 2600. I think any of us from this generation, right? When just video games at their very core, being able to control something that's happening on the screen.
Yes.
But all of us, when we first saw that, wherever it was, and at the time it was Atari, it was different, man. It just changed our world. And when we first saw the NES, like you said, that was like, what the hell?
What's going on?
Yeah. When I first played Mario, man, when it first came out, I didn't have it. A buddy of mine had it, and I went over to spend the night at his house. He's playing it, and I'm watching. I'm like, what is this? He said, well, this is Super Mario Brothers, like all proper, because we don't know, and I was like, oh my God, we were up all night.
You talking about the classic one with the
the original launch.
Yeah.
And that's changed my world. No, I was just going to say it changed my world.
No, what I was going to say, with King also leaving out that he's very instrumental is, again, because he would be first, he would know where to go. Like, again, New York was a hotbed for a lot of the imports at that time. Yeah. So, people don't realize, like, back then, the Japanese version of the console would come out almost a year ahead before it would come to the States. Yeah. So at that time, we had places that he would go and find the imports a year early. So he was literally our beta test of what's to come for next gen. Because he paid the money to get, whether it be the Super Famicom, TurboGrafx, whatever these systems are, and then come back and we like, yo.
Now, Matt, I didn't know you sooner.
Yeah, like, oh man, like, literally, he'd be like, yo, you gotta check this out. Here's the TurboGrafx CD, here's this, here's the PC, like and like we were crazy because we were like learning Japanese and how to change things into English.
Yo, Final Fantasy 3 is my greatest accomplishment. That I played it in Japanese from beginning to end. And I was learning what the words were meaning. Now, I probably don't remember none of this stuff now, but the level of determination you had as a child.
Yeah.
And I learned to spell. I was like, okay, that one hails him. All right, so we won't die here again. And
the biggest was the biggest was I went with your Super Famicom. Obviously, we know the F-Zero story. That blew my mind because I was looked at my Genesis very sideways after. And then I go from when I saw when you had the Turbo Express. I thought that was because I couldn't believe the fidelity. I was like, this is the same. And remember, Turbo, we was Master System kids, so they had the Hue cards. That were kind of similar to how Master System used to have their cards. And I felt it was so convenient and cool. He just put it in the back. And then another icon, obviously Neo Geo's iconic, but I gotta give you Turbo CD. Because at the time, Street Fighter 1, it was arcade perfect with voices. And when they beat you up, like, many fighters like you all over it. Like, it was just so authentic. So classic moments, man. Classic. So when I finally got money, I was able to get like the 3DO with him at the same time. I was proud. I was like, I got money now. I can get the 3DO with him.
You know what I think is a crazy thing? And I think Phil definitely knows about this. Because when I went and brought my Neo Geo, I was working at the time, right? I'm able to go and afford it. So Cog at that time, he wasn't working at the time. He was in school. So he had to ask his moms, like, I want to get this. And I set it up where I brought over Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
She's a huge
Sherlock
Holmes fan. So we set it up when she came in the room and she thought we was watching TV.
TV.
You baited her with that full motion video, right?
Yes. So she's like, oh, what are y'all watching? And he's like, "No, Mom, we're playing Sherlock Holmes." So I'm sitting there like,
So like, he knew what he was doing.
that same day, he got her to go to the store, and they had a program just for 3DO, whereas you can pay monthly.
Yeah,
but they give it to you.
You do right now. Yep. 3DO interactive multiplayer.
And that sounds like what Phil is doing right now with this Xbox stuff.
So,
it's all circular, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it happened to you, at some point in time, you're going to remember this stuff and you're going to remember what sticks and you're going to implement it whenever you get a chance to. So, yeah, I totally forgot about that. But that was a great story. I like that one.
We got stories for days.
I was going to say, we could literally fill a podcast with just classic gaming stories. We need to do that sometime. Just a classic gaming roundtable.
Oh, I'm down for all that.
Yeah, we can tell you how Trip Hawkins tricked us.
Oh, yeah. Salute the Chip.
I've heard part of that story.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk M2 today, though. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
All right. So if you had to pick, here you go. If you had to pick one favorite platform of all time, what's yours?
Super Graphics.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's a unique pick.
It had an arcade perfect super ghouls and ghosts.
Yeah.
Arcade perfect. I went and spent $470 for that console that was hard to find.
Very rare.
They had to ship it to me. They gave me an extra controller, gave me the game and another game. It probably only had 5 games. But I know at that time in New York City, I was probably the only person with it.
Facts.
And when anybody came to my house, they said, "What the hell is that?" And I said, "You'll never get it. Only I have it." And that's the Super Graphics. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Super Graphics.
And what's your favorite game? If you had to pick one.
My favorite game of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious. I want to know this.
Like if I had to be left on an island and I could only play that game?
Yeah, I mean, people break it down so many different ways, right? But I mean, if you just had to pick a classic game that will be forever kind of cherished by you, let's put it that way.
That's a good question. Good question. It's tough. I'm curious what's the answer on this.
Yeah, because I can pick like 15. You know what I mean?
I know it's hard to narrow, but
one game that took every quarter of my soul, and I saw people get hurt over this game.
I think I
wanted to hurt somebody over this game.
It's just a fighting game.
Yes.
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, that's where I knew you were going because I was in that arcade scene too. I know it.
Street Fighter 2,
I just talked about it the other day. Street Fighter 2 literally brought back the arcades. That one game, if you were fortunate enough to have a grocery store and you had that one game, Street Fighter in the corner, it paid your rent for the month.
You had every kid from the block coming into your bodega to play that game.
That's it. All you had to do is maintain those controllers and them buttons.
Yes, make sure it's functional.
Security, just in case a fight breaks out.
Yes.
But you didn't have to. You made nothing but literal profit from whatever you sold in the store.
Yo, the engagement numbers on your sales for the other products, just because the kids in your store, was going to be crazy. Street Fighter 2 in bodega engagement numbers is lit.
An article about that.
Street Fighter, yes.
Salute Street Fighter 2.
Yes.
Let's go.
Nice.
It is crazy. I summers I used to spend. My parents split. Summers I used to spend with my dad, and he had this little condo, and right across the street was a bowling alley, and they had Street Fighter 2.
Facts.
It's the only game they had. I never saw anyone bowling, but the place was raking in money. We were just the kids were just crowded around Street Fighter 2 all day long. Didn't matter when you went.
Same thing. King, we had 161. Remember 161 bowling alley over
Yes.
there? That was that same thing, man.
That was
nobody bowling. When everybody by the ball.
I don't give a shit about bowling.
That was
like bowling.
We used to call that pedophile lane. You had to be very careful. Listen,
what kind of show is this?
We had a story, man. We was young. We was little kids, and They have nothing but arcade games there, right? So we have one kid with us, right? And he's with us, and Banachek. And we all go there. We go there 10 deep from the projects. We go there. We have our quarters in our pockets. So Banachek never has any money. And we're all playing our games. And I'm playing Killer Instinct. And we're playing. And Banachek sits down in the big arcade machine. And he puts $1 in and he's playing. He dies and he puts another $1 in and he's playing.
Like, what's going on here?
So I said, yo, Banachek, who gave you, where'd you get money to do this? He said, oh, that guy right there gave me $10.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Stranger danger.
You know exactly. I said, yo, your mom ain't teach you. I get the whole team, ski you. Like, they all come over. I said, yo, you gave my boy some money?
Oh, man.
He was like, no, he looked like he needed something over here.
Oh, Kaibatsu in here, yo. Kaibatsu in here. Said,
hey, what's up?
Video store. What's going on? King of
He
Fight.
know
Yes,
about
sir.
161.
Yeah, 161 was legendary. Legendary New York. Right? Because what it was is literally across the street from the old Yankee Stadium.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was a hotbed for gaming. Just it was the place to be.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I miss those days, man. I
Yeah,
know
the
we're
whole
spoiled to hell nowadays, but man, there's some things about those days that I just miss.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. If we could ever get that back, that feeling. Well, besides the cigarette smoke, the dangerous cigarette smoke.
Forgot about that.
At that age, I'm sitting there inhaling Newport.
salute to the secondhand smoke.
We got a couple super chats. Dan, I forgot to call out Mariano Pampa as always. He super chatted before we even started.
Oh, that's
wow.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he said he's not sure. He said work's busy, not sure if he's going to be able to make it live. He said salute to the Lords, great to see you on the show.
Salute.
And he said congrats to your daughter as well, Dan. So good stuff. Thanks as always. I know he'll catch us later. So Mariano, you're the best, man. Thank you so much.
Salute.
And we've got Chris in the house as well. Fastback, always good to see you. Says sup, Bitcast, Ains, Dan, Lords in the house. All Xbox Showcase was great. Surprises, diversity, and of course Game Pass. We're going to talk about Game Pass. And Craig fired on his day off eating snacks. All right, guys. Man, we're gonna do that classic gaming story podcast. We'll set that up one of these days because we could definitely talk for days. All right, real quick, let's spend a couple minutes just before we get to Xbox Showcase. Let's talk Ghost of Tsushima. I know Cog doesn't like the game at all, but we'll
I was about to say, did you see my face? I said, what happened?
So I've come around on it. Cog knows this. I've come around on it.
I see it on your timeline.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I could say a lot about it. The world's nice. There's a lot to find. It's very organic. Enjoying it. All the photo mode goes without saying. Just the environmental effects and the homage they've paid to a lot of aspects of Japanese culture. I really enjoy too. So, where are you at now? You still rocking it every day, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I had to pull back a little bit. Just got busy. But what happened is, for me, I got so wrapped up in the environment and the world, and what has happened is like I'm just getting. It's almost like you see something squirrel, and it's like you just want to go investigate. Oh, what's that? Oh, they got that. They're attacking those peasants. What's going on over there? And it's just this like you make your own stories, and then what ends up happening is you free these people who are maybe like because the Mongols, some of them controlling certain of the bridges, they controlling certain areas. You free the peasants, and then they like, yo, over here, did you know they over here doing such and such? And then there's another stronghold, and then a shrine happening. But for me, I think the thing that really had me before I continued the story, I literally just got done with Act 1. Right, it took me so long because I was going through the entire map.
I'm still on Act 1.
Yeah, I'm having so much fun in the game without the story. And so the thing that really made it harder for me to advance is when I found my first legend quest. The mythic quests are
the mythic tales.
So
so good.
Because
good.
it's like they tell you a story, you get the cinematic, the Shogun from such and such. He was the master of such and such, and he had the sacred bow, follow the purple flowers in this area.
It takes you back to the movies.
Bro, you in a movie, you're like, I gotta find the legend of such and such. Because I need that. And I tell you what, I was spoiled too much, but the funniest one, I know Dan probably did it because he finished it, but the funniest one is you're on the trail of one legend. And you start this goose chase for him, right? As you start to get closer to this thing, your man come out with the Tengu mask, shoots arrow at you, stop chasing that legend. You don't want to know about the darkness. There's a situation, Dan, I remember like that. He gonna be like, yo, you don't want what you think you want. Stop chasing this. And he keep coming out at random times. It's hilarious. But I will say this. Like I just did chapter 1. I know Kai's in the bill. He know what I'm talking about. The thing that I love now, I just got through the storytelling, the conflict that Jin has inside with himself, trying to defeat the odds about this enemy that has literally, what makes the game great is they have really taken over your land. They have burnt down your buildings. They've kidnapped and tortured your people. Like you see it all through the game, the destructions the Mongols done. So you feel for them. And then just learning the stances, leveling up. And I love the play styles. Just being able, you can go full samurai, very honorable. When you see the enemies, you press the up button, challenge them to a duel.
Those are great. Love the stand.
Or you can do, sneaky. Pure Tenchu. It's so well done, man. I'm having so much fun. Just got through chapter 1.
There you go.
Hopefully now, so I'll start advancing the story for real. But
Wilmy said he's playing right now between comments.
Oh yeah, the straw hats. Oh yeah. Hashtag after straw. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes. Yeah. I know what you mean.
That's great. King, you still playing it? Mm-hmm.
We got the Come on, King. He a Last of Us 2 stand, so he not trying to hear anything we talk about.
Why we got the fraud alert? What I would say is that Game Pass is definitely rocking right now. What I would say is, playing all these open world games and playing from really, really good open world games is like Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm not giving you the slander. I'm just going to give you the real. What really is off-putting to me a lot of times, and it breaks the immersion for me, is his interaction with the world. I have to buckle past that. Okay. And the things that they do well, they really do well.
I feel you.
And I'm playing on this giant 88-inch screen. So when I'm so up close on the character,
you can see the imperfections and the stuff that you. Right.
It's just that the character. If they had just push the character out a little bit more. Just
camera.
The camera's too close.
I will admit
a tad bit. Now I love it on the cinematics. I don't love it on the gameplay because certain angles that I'm trying to get to, I'm like I'm fighting with the game, and it breaks the immersion of it. But certain things I do like that forces you to be aware of your surroundings, because when you do see a fox in the corner or you do see a golden bird, you like, I don't care where you going. You see that golden bird, you like, bro, yeah, okay, I'll be back. I could be mid-fight. Golden bird.
I'll be back in a few minutes or something over here.
You'll be right here. I'm going to get the sake. I'll be right back. But it's not a AAA game from them. It's a AA game from them.
Damn.
Damn. It is. What we know what a AAA game is. We know a AAA game checks every last box, right? And it's pretty much flawless and is left up to interpretation to the individuals. A AA game is, certain things is off, but is a damn good game. You definitely recommend it. I'm not saying that it's not, but see, you're playing the game, not playing what it's mimicking.
No, I know what it's mimicking. I never said it was on his level.
Yeah, like no, that. I'm just. Yeah, but this is your core. This is your. He's really about this ninja stuff. I'm telling you right now. He used to make us watch ninjas jumping out of cars. I know right now. This is the greatest thing that ever happened to him. But when I'm playing it, you know what I do like? And I'm not gonna lie. You know the fat Mongol dude?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's on that you can't beat, that you think you could beat on the
Yes.
They literally set you up because I'm hitting them, I'm doing my thing, and I'm sliding, and he's like, no, just you're gonna get over the bridge. His face is so done so well because I know who he is.
Yes, that's a character. That's all his.
Yeah.
When I saw his face, I said, they got my man in this.
They got my man in here.
I gotta love this game, and how nice he is, but he's still being malicious to tear up your man. He's like, yo, my man, just give in. just tell your peoples, just lay down their sword. No, you know what it was that made me say, okay, I'm not gonna throw this game in the bushes.
All right, which one?
When he said, I'm Sochi, and I'm here to get this on. And if you want to be down with the... And he said...
Oh, yeah! Yo, that scene was so disrespectful to start the game. Yes. I was like, oh, he's not playing by the rules.
He said, flame on. Your man said,
Because the funny thing is, he's like, yo, send such and such the best down there to fight him. It's like classic kung fu flicks, bro.
He sent the nicest dude in, and I thought the fight was... I said, yeah, you gonna learn today. And he set him on fire and chopped his head off.
Learned.
Let it begin.
He's like, we ain't doing this honor over here.
No. We jumping people. So I said, I'm not gonna throw it in the bushes. It's just a lot of stuff is coming out hit after hit, and in his sleeper hits that if I don't touch them, I know I'm never going back to them. But this game I'm going to play because I actually purchased this game straight out, so I have no choice.
No.
And Dan, you finished it last night, right?
Wow. Yeah, I'm done. It's long. I'm the only thing I've got left to platinum it. I've got the banners and a few other things that I basically collectibles. I've done every box den. I've done every honor shrine, everything. Man. So I sent you the review last night. It's all done. Yep. We gave it about an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
But this is my game of the year right now for me. Because
that's because you didn't finish Ori, but that's okay.
Quick question, Dan. Question.
Yeah. I know where he's going with this.
Last of Us 2.
I did.
Hey, you have it over Last of Us 2 as your game of the year right now?
So do some of the people in chat too.
Yeah, interesting.
Watch what he's gonna say.
No, preach, Dan. Preach the word.
Listen, I'm not taking anything away from Last of Us 2. I think this game is based on the time that we're living in right now. The Last of Us 2 was so dark already, then it just kind of hit you again, and you're just, you were already down.
Right, you don't need that on your spirit.
Hey, I need something that's just gonna, flashing and killing a bunch of dudes.
Exactly.
You know what? It's fun. That's that's what we kind of get away from in games sometimes. We got to have that fun factor that
He's penalizing a game for being too real. He said, you know what's going on right now? People might start biting people right now. So I'm not gonna make that my game of the year because they might choose somebody for real out here.
He said, I got Cyberpunk and a ton of other games coming out that'll probably knock it out.
Oh yeah.
It's so. Like right now, this is kind of the game I needed. I think it just there's a combination of a lot of things that, and it wasn't just, I'm not saying like on paper this is a better game. I think Last Two had a lot better, like more cinematic feel to it, throughout the entire thing. The camera in this game is garbage.
Yes,
it is straight garbage. There's you can't even make it. You can.
I get so frustrated. Be trying to fight a guy, and then suddenly, I'm behind a wall and in a window, and I'm like,
3 or 4 people get you, you get touched.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you guys talk about, finding all these things and getting that squirrel moment, the pacing, I've never, because it was so all over the place with The Last of Us. That's what the biggest issue I had with it.
Yeah.
This one, you can set your own pace.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want. You can do everything. You do just the main quest and plow right through it. So you can't really fault it for that, because it's really on the player to choose what they want to do.
Yeah.
For me, I did everything. I thought it was going to last a lot longer than it did, but I got 50 hours out of it. So
It's worth it.
hell yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's just more of just a fun thing. I was really enjoying the combat. It's done really, really well. It gets a little bit, easy, I guess. The farther you get in, you get really strong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super unbalanced at
Yeah.
but
Stop playing on easy.
I wasn't.
Ooh, shots. Expose the man. Damn.
You can shame me all you like. I hope I hope you read it when I'm playing. It says King is playing on easy because
I'm with it. Normally, I was just like, okay, this is getting kind of out of control. Like, you get to the point where it goes in like a wave where it's like, okay, I'm using kind of more of the samurai code stuff, and then now I'm kind of going more to the ghost side of things.
Yeah.
And then you get to the point where it's like, well, there's really no reason for me to sneak, because I can just run in here and have everybody down in about 2 minutes.
Yes.
And
It almost feels like a waste of time. You don't need to do anymore.
Yeah.
Even now, like, because I love sneaking and assassinating people, but I'm in Act 1. But even now, I'm like, there's like 6 guys. I'm like, I can just kill all these guys. You know what I mean? In 30 seconds.
Over you.
Yeah, so I loved it, man. I mean, I might go back and do it again.
You gonna platinum it? You gonna platinum
I
it?
got
Cherry
carried,
blossoms in, brother. Let them cherry blossoms in. Let them envelop. Let's go.
Oh man, it's fantastic. I can't even complain too much. But yeah, I mean, there definitely are issues.
I just came with him like, you know what? I'm feeling you, Dan. I'm just not feeling COD. All right, so, like, I'm listening to y'all because I know literally he's not gonna finish this game. So
I'm finishing
the game might get finished. Listen. The game is gonna get finished 1 week before the Series X come out. I know he's gonna take off the 2 weeks before.
We're clipping this.
His backlog.
We clip this. Clip this one.
Clip this, and then watch when he posts it. It's gonna say done. It's gonna be October 31st. 2020, and he'll be like, done. Lotus Blossoms is finished. I'm ready to the next generation. Here I come. Watch.
All right. I'm clipping that one out for sure. We're putting that up. We got a couple super chats to get to. Kaibatsu is in here. Particle effects, facial animations, top notch. True. Lack of environment interactivity, bamboo clipping, and no footsteps in the point.
Yeah.
Can't argue with him.
Can't argue with him. He ain't lying.
Nope.
He ain't lying.
No. Mm-hmm. Who else we got here? Mo, what's up, Mo? Good to see you, gentlemen. Wanted to pop in here, let you know how much I enjoy and respect all you guys as no-nonsense lovers of all gaming. You're very appreciated. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And I know he's the same. And if you didn't know, Mo started a new podcast as well called The Backlog Chronicles.
Nice.
And check that out if you haven't. Also see Irrelevant Native in here. Loud noises, Jerry. So I didn't know that was him either.
Yeah, Native.
Damn. All right. Mm-hmm. So I know we're going to spend a lot of time on this, so we better get to it. We're going to Xbox Showcase. We got a lot to talk about. Like I said, I know you guys already did kind of your post impressions, but you've probably had a few days now to kind of sit on it, right, and think a little more about stuff. I know I rewatched it. Everyone rewatched it in the 4K.
Yes, I did that yesterday.
5 times.
All right. Yeah, so I figure what we do, I have this all listed out, just going through it, but kind of touch on, we'll go through kind of individual games and whatnot, and then, we'll give our kind of overall later of the show. So let's start with the pre-show real quick, and we can sum this up a little faster than, than the individual major titles, but they showed quite a lot in the pre-show.
Yes.
So if I'm listing off here, you got Dragon Quest XI coming to Dragon Quest to Xbox for the first time, coming in December. Huge. We got Hello Neighbor 2, which Dan and I got a hell of a laugh out of, because if you guys remember, we did this backseat gaming thing for a little while with Bert. And the first game we played was Hello Neighbor with Bert playing, and he hated it. And Dan and I would just laugh at him the whole time we're playing. So we saw Echo Generation, which looks good. Song of Iron. You guys see that?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Looks good.
Yes.
And then I know we're all about Exo Mecha.
Yes.
Bro, that's Decepticons and Titanfall.
That's what it looked all together.
And Battle Royale had a
all that
baby.
is just a ray tracing extravaganza.
Right there. They got the Dinobots in there too. I'm in.
Yeah, and the developer said it's native 4K 60 or dynamic 4K 120.
Yeah.
That game looks phenomenal. Like,
Crazy.
I gotta stop for a second. That game could have been in the main. Like that. That's how crazy.
No, it couldn't have.
Crazy.
No, it couldn't have. No, it could not.
And then
where it belongs.
And then we had the we're going to touch on it. So, and then we had the idea at Xbox Sizzle Reel, which we usually get in the E3 conferences, which I love because I love indie games. We got Tunic, which Dan is dying for.
Yes,
we got
I'm with you on that. I've been waiting for that game forever.
Yeah, it's been a while. We got Artful Escape. We got Falconeer. We got 12 Minutes. Looks hot.
Yes.
And The Ascent, which looks amazing. So,
wait,
pre-show.
You missed one.
Oh, I probably missed a couple. I didn't get all of them. Yeah.
Balan Wonderland.
Yeah.
That game from the dude that made Knights.
Yeah, Yuji Naka.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's a Square Enix game. People
good call.
Like they act like this game is not going to be that game. Yeah. This game is literally that game, and it's coming to Game Pass.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot to type it on here. I've got it on the site article. I forgot to put it on the notes. But it's the first game from the new brand from Square Enix.
Yes.
Yeah. Ball & Company, I think it is, right?
Yes.
So, Yuji Naka, who did Sonic and Knights. It's good call out, King, for sure.
Yeah. Good call. I forgot about that.
Because when I watched it over again, I saw it because I was hearing about this game for a minute. And I was told like the day before that game will be shown. Like that was a definite. I was like, okay, let me see what they're talking about. And then when I saw the transitions from in-game graphics from cinema, I was like, oh, okay, y'all really damn close up on what y'all gonna do right now. And I saw the manifestation of the world.
Yeah.
I said, okay, we're doing 4K 60. This is definitely where we at with it, with all the colors, with all the particle effects or whatever. But then when they said that you have like 120 something different costumes with different meanings and stuff like that, and they were talking about the stories that go along with it, I said, okay, so finally we get a chance to see his vision of Knights,
right?
In a world that can be visually pleasing. I didn't really think Knights was all that visually pleasing. Now I see what his real vision is, that when he's able to get out. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what you was trying to do back then. Thank God you're still around, that you can get this out of your head. Because so I want to see it. Yeah, I'm down for it.
So anyway, pre-show. What'd you think about whoever wants to talk on this? Overall pre-show. We got Dragon Quest coming. That's big news, right? They're continuing to push and get those classic Japanese franchises over to the Xbox platform. Hello Neighbor 2, it sounds crazy that game's bigger than people think. It's bigger than people think because Dan, I know, Dan, we were laughing about this, right? Look at this. Look at the views on YouTube. And what someone told me is, which I didn't realize, is that this is a big game for like teenage streamers.
Yes.
Does anyone know about this?
Yes. I was laughing my behind off when
me too. I was like, who's playing this?
That little
and everyone was like, you don't understand how big this is. And I was like, I surely don't.
My son and my daughters watch when y'all saw Jacksepticeye and those guys up there and everybody's laughing. I knew who they were, right?
I didn't know a single one of them. None of them. I knew Alana Pierce. That was it.
If my daughter saw Jacksepticeye up there, she has a super crush on this kid. That they play these games, and my son sits there and he watches Hello Neighbor. So I said, you have it in Game Pass, right? And he goes, but it's funnier watching them play.
Yeah.
And I sat down with him one day. I was getting ready to go to work. I sat down watching him, and it is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, for me, to your question, I think for me, there's a theme with this whole show, whether it be the pre-show and the thing. And to me, part of it is the way they're positioned. When I looked at that pre-show, even if you yourself do not like these games have significant impact for markets that it truly gravitate towards that. People don't understand. Dragon's Quest is huge. in Japan. Like, it is bigger than Final Fantasy over there. It is the top premier RPG. For that to even grace an Xbox platform is a huge deal. You know what I mean?
And of course,
yeah.
in Game Pass means an xCloud.
In xCloud, which me and you, Ains, you know the vision we own as far as we see what the vision is, which is mobile in that market. Those guys are not going to buy a console, but if you position that on an xCloud on a mobile device, they are going to play. That's how you get that group that would never get it. So again, the way I look at it, did everything speak to me specifically? No, probably for me was probably Song of Iron and Exo Mecha. I was the Song of Iron looked like there's a game called Wolverblade. Yeah, like it looked like a graphical fidelity Wolverblade with big barbarian. I'm in on that.
Did you play Salt and Sanctuary? It reminded me of that a little bit too.
Yes, I got a lot of vibes with that. So again, at the end of the day, I looked at the moves and I'm like, yo, these are moves right here for them that things that they would never do and have that influence. So that's how I looked at it. And I still got a couple of gems for me, you know, in the pre-show.
That's how all these shows should be looked at, right? What's the diversity? What's the variety? And no, not every game's going to speak to you. That's not what the industry's about. Pick a few that, you know, speak to you, but realize the impact that all these other games can have. I wish more people would look at it that way.
Yeah, the gamers are selfish, Ains.
I thought that a lot of the games was geared towards the market of the streamer.
Felt like it.
When it was like, well, all right. Well, first I was fooled with the Dragon Quest because when I went to Game Pass, you saw it up there. Who saw it up there? But when you first saw it up there in Game Pass, it didn't say pre download. It didn't say that.
You thought it was now.
Yeah, it just said Dragon Quest. So I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I thought it was broken, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be playing it today. And I told Cog because I think we was on the phone talking. I was like, Cog is in there right now. I'm about to go play this right now, and I was sadly to my dismay, it said, "See you. You're too early. See you later." But a lot of those games. I know that Facebook thing has a little bit more something to it, right? Because I really believe they didn't finalize some wording on something when it comes to the Facebook stuff, that a lot of these games look very good streaming, playing, people checking it out. So I don't know, but I really think they're going to have a power move when it comes to that part right there, because Hello Neighbor and stuff like that. Come on, man. When he snuck in the dude's house, it was absolutely hilarious. He put the camera up in the corner to check out what he was doing. When he put the thing on the stove and he came downstairs like, what the hell? Who did this? And then he looks out the window. I'm like, insane stuff. So it intrigued me. Maybe it's something I might check out, maybe. But
but you said, was it your son or your daughter who said it's more fun to watch it?
My son.
Yeah, he's not lying, because I tried to play Hello Neighbor. I was bored in a couple minutes. But when we were watching Bert play it, me and Dan were laughing the whole time. We were crying.
Hilarious.
True.
I mean, and you're right, Cog. I mean, and that's kind of the way I've kind of looked at it too. You know, you're trying to get into that Asian market. You're trying to get into, places where the Xbox typically doesn't sell well. You know, they're not going to jump on there and play Halo. They're just not. They don't play those kind of East or Western, type games. You know, that's not their style over there, and that's fine. You know, everybody's got their own thing. If you look at the top 10 games here versus Japan, there's not even a match. It's
Facts. Good point. Great point.
So this is what they're doing, and that's their long play, and and it's not going to be for everybody. But we do get the option. I love Yakuza. I've said it 1,000 times.
I'm so
we get
happy.
It right now.
Right now, launch there, that hits me in a way. Facts.
Yeah, I mean, it's and not everybody's going to play it, and that's fine. But you have to look at, like you guys said, the different angles that they're coming in at this at, and now, but they also do get to play Halo on xCloud.
Yes.
So even if they don't typically play it, maybe it brings them in. You never know.
Yep. They will discover new games just as people do here. That's the whole point, man.
It is, bro. That's the vision.
It's the whole point.
All
right.
Absolutely.
So, Stan, since you brought up Halo, and I know you love it so much, might as well get to the real show.
Yeah.
And open with Halo. King called it. I got to give King his props. He called this.
Yes, sir.
It certainly didn't freaking open with Elden Ring. I can tell you that.
It was a good attempt.
So we open with Halo, and we got, if you obviously, as much as I follow Halo and I talk about it all the time, but you usually get a real video trailer for the Halo games, right? And they started with the Become trailer, which I thought was fantastic. Especially the image we used for the thumbnail here, right? I don't even have it loaded up, but the one with Chief's armor sitting there.
Yes.
Oh man, I was tingling. I was like, here we go. Then they open with, then they move into the gameplay demo. Super hyped. Saw the open world. So this is where the conversation gets interesting.
Yes,
because there seems to be two camps here. There's the camp of the hardcore gamers. There's the Halo guys like me who saw a number of things in that gameplay demo. You saw classic enemy and armor styles. You saw a recreation of first stepping out onto the Halo universe and the Halo ring from Halo CE. You saw the scope of the open world. You saw, I think it was like 7 or 8 new weapons that have never been in a Halo game before. You saw new abilities. So you basically saw Halo as you know it, but while showing you the scope, you saw the map, right? So you saw the scope of what the new Infinite is, what this game is, while at the same time you see that 343 really listened and is paying homage to classic Halo.
Right.
And so, there's obviously a lot more to see. That goes without saying. But, I think a lot of people got really hyped. Then you've got this other conversation. The game didn't look as good as it should have. This was supposed to be the showcase title for Series X, right? It didn't look like a showcase title. Now, of course, it looks a lot better when you watch the 4K stream, which we talked about, right? All the games do. But it didn't jump off the screen in the way that people felt it should have. And of course, we've got Craig. And so, now you've got the situation where Phil and Aaron are trying to get Craig out of here. They gotta escape with him, man.
Yo, Phil in the hoodie joint is crazy.
Disrespectful.
Yo, if you didn't show me that earlier, I think I wouldn't have been prepared for that.
I shouldn't have showed you earlier.
Yeah, you should have. I know. Oh my god.
So. And, obviously 343 is aware of this conversation. They're playing along with it. Brian Gerard, Sketch at 343, kind of jumped on it. And that's fine. They're doing the right thing, right? Play along with it. They know the game. They know what's coming, and Halo fans should know what's coming. But anyway, what were your guys' thoughts? And I joke with Dan all the time. If you weren't aware, Dan's not the biggest Halo fan. We give each other shit all the time.
I absolutely did.
Yeah. So, Dan, I'll start with you because you probably have the least amount to say. But what did you think watching?
Okay, so, in our chat, I said, hey, I'm excited to play Halo, the single player campaign. I've never been.
Let's stop there. We'll move on. So,
You got him about it. Good hosting.
I'm gonna clip that one too. Watch.
Clip that.
However, it looked good, and you have to really bear in mind you have to go watch these in 4K 60 because it makes a difference. The stream was trash.
Yeah, it was bad. We had to switch over.
Yeah. So once you got to go back and look at it and really kind of soak it in, it looks good. It looks like it was probably developed for this gen, not next gen, but you're going to get those upgrades. The fact that they're talking about having the ray tracing added in later, it's awesome. I think it's great. And it's not, I really don't dislike Halo. I just never was a huge big fan of it.
Well, and you like give me shit about it, which is that's
it's
fair.
It's mostly and I'm super excited for all the Halo fans that were get this. This is what they were supposed to do: come out, show some gameplay, and get people excited. And I think they did a good job of that. If you're gonna complain about it a little bit, you can just say maybe it doesn't look like that next gen. But I can say that for every single game shown in this showcase and Sony showcase, both of them. So we just haven't seen anything that screams that next gen title yet,
right?
And and that's what I really wanted to see. in that showcase because I think Microsoft had a huge opportunity. I don't want to say they botched it because we still got awesome games.
We'll get there. We'll get there to the overall show.
Right, but this was supposed to smack them across the face.
Yeah.
And I'm it. Some of them it did, some of them it didn't. It kind of a 50-50 shot, like you said, Ain. So
hashtag meaty.
Yeah, little meaty.
Little.
But yeah, I mean, like I enjoyed it. I thought it was good for sure.
And let's before I get to Cog and King, we're going to talk about this a lot, right? But every single game we're talking about, every single one, you can play in Game Pass.
Yes.
You can download it and play the full game, which is huge. We should probably talk about a separate topic because it's ridiculous. But all right, Cog, what do you think, man? Well, first of all, I don't know how big a Halo fans you guys are.
Oh, he was huge.
Well,
we're like, I got mine here too.
I got another one inside the other room, and I got a whole statue that I purchased from Bert right over there.
All right, we do this.
Okay,
we do this.
Y'all out of your mind.
But yeah, man. Like, look.
I immediately regret my decision in making that comment.
I got the whole Halo Reach squad of that.
We come from the LAN parties in the crib. And
yes, there we go. See, okay, I'm just gonna remove Craig's snacks from the stream.
At that time.
We can turn this into the Halo stream. All right, so go ahead. Whoever wants to go first on this.
This is a polarizing run because I remember we watched it live, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, the start was fantastic. Like you said, you had your cinematic, the building, the suit, the 117 come on. I'm ready to go. I'm like, let's go. Hit the ground running, seeing the huge skybox, huge open world. First thing I noticed off the back was the smoothness. I was like, oh, this is 60.
This did look good.
We're 60, baby.
This moment, by the way, not to interrupt you, but that image right there, I'm going to be looking at that image for years. It's fantastic.
Yes. So they hit the ground running. I'm like, okay, there we go. Game starts going on. Now, from a pure gameplay standpoint, I liked what I saw. Like, I like the grappling hook mechanic. I like when he, grabbed stuff, you attach it. Then he used it in an attack motion when he pulled on a brute, punched him in the mouth. I'm like, ooh, okay, this is new. This is something different. So I'm in the zone with that aspect, right? So as it's going on, like you said, you're putting up the different weapons and stuff like that. Now he hits the Warthog, I believe. You start to see more of the skybox. I saw little pop in the corner. So we're gonna let you rock. So pop in, and then we're gonna keep on going, right? And then whatever. So here's my thing. The game looks fun. I am going to play this game, right? It is definitely Halo fans. We've gone back to the classic combat evolved feel, right? Now, the other camp that does say what they say, I have to say this, I have to give them that, is that for the problem 343 has right now, and Microsoft has right now, is that for months, marketing has stood on the most powerful console square, right? For months, they have marketed this way. So I can understand someone watching that and saying, yo, that's not it. You know what I mean? And then we come to find out, okay, it's running on a PC. Okay, it's an earlier build. Okay, stuff. I get it. I'm not gonna go. I'm playing this game regardless what anybody says. We can sit here till we blue in the face. It look trash. Fine.
Nothing's gonna stop my enjoyment of it.
You know what I'm saying?
You can still understand the viewpoint.
I can understand that camp. I don't want to disrespect that camp just because I'm a Halo fan and I liked what I saw. I can understand the aspect of people who say, "Yo, fam, you talking about 12 teraflops? This look not next gen enough, right?" To Dan's point, to be real, I don't feel any of these consoles so far has really shown us something next gen that I'm like, oh my God, this is the next level of console gaming. But here's the thing. They've got time, hopefully, to fix what they got to do. If Craig need, get under the makeup and do what he got to do, get Craig taken care of. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to, and this is where I feel for 343. They've got so much pressure on them because let's be real. this ain't their baby. They've inherited this, but the problem is, as far as Bungie's game, but the problem is if they don't nail it, I'm worried for them. You know what I'm saying? I am serious with it because we all know what happened with Master Chief Collection. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that this is that. You know, we felt that Cognito Halo games were good, but either like the story was amazing in 4 or whatever, and then 5, the multiplayer is amazing. So they've still got to prove that they can put this thing together. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to give this game a chance. I still liked what I saw. Like, I rewatched it in 4K because I sort of look, the internet's on fire, and rightfully so. I'm not gonna damage control that. But I went back and watched it. And I'm like, this look fun though. I like it. Like, I don't know. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So again, maybe is it my Halo rose-colored glasses talking? You know what I'm saying? But the only last thing I will say, I will give from a next-gen standpoint, the only thing I will definitely say I was a little saddened by is that ray tracing was not there at launch. And I feel all the bells and whistles need to be there.
They didn't say that it's not there at launch.
No, they said it's going to come with an update. It said it's
not. But it just didn't. It didn't say that it's going to come in an update after launch. We don't know what the update is. Yeah, we don't know. They don't know. We don't know if the update is next week while he's doing the patch, but it wasn't activated at that point in time. I mean, that's the misconception when it comes to it.
And that's fine. And that's fine. I'm almost finished. I know you, King. I know you're about to go in. I mean, the only thing is, I know King about to go. He ready. He tired of me right now. So the whole thing, I can see it when he do his neck like that. When he look with his neck do that, that's what he's
King, he knows you way too well, man. You can't get away.
I ain't got much time left.
Pinch right here.
I ain't got much time left before you get me out of here. So
when you know someone since you were a kid, man, you can read it all. You can read it all.
Do that, and he don't look at you, you're out of here. That's where he mentally, that's where he has me right now. He's like, if Carl can get up out of here because I'm about to unleash. But the last point I'll say is that, like I said, hopefully they got time, to really put this thing together. And I just want marketing and them to get on their messaging, because there's a lot riding on this. And the sad thing about it is first impressions, unfortunately, can bite them. And I'm worried now that this thing has become such a meme, so crazy, that my thing is, if things ain't ready, I don't want them sacrificing the quality of this game just to meet this artificial deadline that it must drop with the Series X. And if it means, this joint come out December, January, whatever, push it if it needs it. If it's an earlier build and everybody's overreacted and then we see a better product, no doubt. But if it needs time, let it cook. If that's the case, and that's it. I'm good. King, go ahead, get your balls up.
So real quick before King goes in, there's a Digital Foundry released their video this morning on Infinite. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's basically he's showing that the detail and the lighting is all real time. The detail on the characters and the texture resolution is actually really high, but there's problems with the lighting that made it come off flat.
Yes, I did hear that.
So it's pretty interesting if you haven't watched that. But
I did.
Anyway,
Battaglia and what you call it, Ledbetter was in there. Yep.
And remember, there's no need to be upset.
I'm done.
There's no need to be upset.
I did not know that thing was the thing because dude stay off my timeline with anything. I've noticed now. I've obliterated people to the point where they are afraid to confront me anymore on Twitter, and I respect that. I understand. Stay in your lane. That's good. My reaction to the show and Halo in particular, when they were doing the beginning, I knew it was a change. When they started building the armor, the Milner, I'm like, okay, they're going to the essence. They're taking it back to the basics. And this is what happens when you've tried your best at something and it didn't pan out right, or it wasn't critically acclaimed as you thought it would be. Like, you trained your hardest, or you thought you did, and it didn't work out that way. And I'm talking about Halo 5.
Yeah.
Now, the first trailer we got for Halo 5, they jumping out, they hitting the floor like boom, boom, they running, guns is popping,
amazing.
everything is screaming, they kicking people in, they doing all this other stuff, and that didn't wow you then.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Microsoft must have felt like Tyrese. What more can I do? What do you want from me? And they said, all right, you know what? Listen, we got to go back Kung Fu style. We got to go back to the dojo. We got to go back to the essence. We got to go back to the water and the rice.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
And they started building the armor from the Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people are still getting caught up with the earlier trailer when he finds him in space.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just a taste to let y'all people know that, we working on it. This is a thing. This is really a thing.
Yeah.
This is not something. And shout out to Little Uzi Vert. I want your knees.
Oh yeah, he said it's not. He said it's not released.
Yeah, well, the knees is in the box. Ship them already. So now that we understand that your knee. Thank you. I want you to cut it off right there at the cap. All right. When you ship your knees, I want the kneecap still intact. So when the cinematic starts, and this is when I saw SSD working. It's a lot of dudes be talking this SSD stuff, and you're gonna say, but King, it was on the PC, and the PC is a dev kit, goofy. The PC is representative of what's inside the Series X, and inside the PC is SSD, you goof. So now that we understand that part, now that we get into that part, because I don't make games, and neither do you, but I want you to get back to you play them, right? So this is what you're gonna play. You're gonna see what you play. When he pressed play, the world started.
Right.
It wasn't loading. None of that. It wasn't a little tunnel that you went through. Yeah. And your little demo wasn't a little tunnel that you went through. Remember the little tunnel? Put those memes up. So when you went from cinematic, you went straight to gameplay. You went straight to gun.
That's a fact.
So everybody remembers in Halo when you came out the little thing and you looked up and to the trees and you had the simulated light. It was no simulated light. It was real light source.
Yep.
So, all right, you're looking at the world. Our first thing off the bat, I knew it was 4K 60. I was like, man, if I can see this in a real stream, because the stream was horrible.
The stream was terrible. Like, come on.
And I didn't jump across. They jumped across to Twitch or whatever they jumped across. Oh, yeah, you
stayed. That's right. You stayed.
I stayed because I didn't want to miss a second. I didn't want to.
Me too. I stayed on YouTube, but the stuttering was
was killing me. We had to switch midstream to Twitch. It was so bad. It was so bad.
I gotta eat this. I'm gonna stay right here and I'm gonna like it. But what I did notice is maybe their problem is the slipstream engine. And my question is why not the Unreal Engine? Why that engine? Does that engine allow you to build like Minecraft to it and add things to it as it goes along? Because when you saw the robustness of the world, you saw the distance in the world, you said, was that able to be done on Unreal Engine 4? What was the thing that prevented you from doing this in a already established engine that you had to do all these years? Because I'm pretty sure a bulk of the years was you establishing this engine. Now the engine from the rip didn't visually give you that impact of an Unreal Engine.
Right.
And I think that's the problem with everybody now, because you see stuff like Doom and you see other games and you're saying, man, though, but that's supposed to be the next generation. Now, I was explained on Breakfast with Boom, Moore's Law is we're hitting a ceiling here.
That's what
all right. And in the beginning, you had the PlayStation, from the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 2, there was a huge jump. It was an 8 to 10 times jump. And then from the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3, there was a 6 to 8 times jump. And then from the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4, there was a 4 times jump. Now, the reason why it was a 4 times jump because the CPU was more powerful than the Jaguars, but the GPU was way more capable in the PlayStation 4. Now, the jump from the PlayStation 5 from the PlayStation 4 base system is only going to be 2 times more powerful. So the reason why we're not seeing that leap, that oh my God, that's Final Fantasy, that movement, that stuff that we want to see, is because Moore's Law is closing in on our fidelity. Graphically, we are already peaking. Only thing that we can do now is 4K 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, get these TVs to the frames, the load times, and then whatever the artist is going to do with the assets that he does have. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from the game. If somebody said it was piss poor for them, that's on you. 4K 60 for me, I'm pretty good with it. When you're telling me that, okay, you're going to add bells and whistles at the end of it, when I get a finished product, now if the finished product comes to me and it looks exactly like what I saw, then I might have an issue.
Right.
All right. But at this point in time, we're going to go off of what you showed. And it's not a 10. It's probably a 7. You're going to have to give minuses on Halo. I'm just talking about Halo itself.
Yeah.
All right. Because the bar was set so high with 5. So when you knew 5, you said, well, it got to be looking way better than 5. I dare anybody go put 5 in right now. 5 looks better than Halo Infinite.
5 look good.
Well, on the One X especially is ridiculous.
On the One X looks fantastic. Yeah, you can't say graphically that game don't look good.
But it's not an open world. So
and that's a different. That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's a beast. It's a different beast. So when people start putting up these games, oh well, this game it looks better than this. Is it an open world game?
That's a good point.
There's a lot of factors. Yeah, you can't compare one to one like that.
That's a good point.
So my Halo, when I saw it, I was blown away. You heard me scream like a little schoolgirl.
I was there. That's why I'm like, we was in there. I was like, yo, because again, for the Halo fans. That's Jumping King. Just that when you see those skyboxes, you feel combat evolve. I know Dan don't feel this in his soul, but we're gonna try to educate Dan, right? Dan,
I've been trying, so if you can, please.
Like when you see that skybox, it literally takes you back to combat evolve.
It did right away.
And jumping in the Warthog. That feeling that never happened in gaming at the time. So
that's right.
Like, wow, I could jump in a first-person game. I could jump in a vehicle and 4 players, and it's something to be said. So if you have not connection, if you just look at it face value, I could totally understand a guy like Dan saying, "I don't get what this about." This, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But for the Halo community, we like,
huge.
You know what?
They take it into the essence,
and that's why when he steps out and he slowly looks, that's why he did it.
That's why he did it.
Like it was.
It's a hallmark, but it's one.
It was a homage.
That is completely different. Anytime we got on elevators and stuff before, usually we were inside of something.
Yes,
right.
This elevator, they purposely made sure that it was outside, and you're gonna get the whole.
You're gonna see that load up to the top,
right? So somebody said, "Oh, there was popping in the distance. The cloud popped out. It's a mist." Oh,
yeah.
So you mean to tell me you want them to show you mist on Mount Everest that is over, I don't know, 70 miles away?
But it ain't defense case. All right. The problem is, again, the misstep. Shout out to Burns in the chat, but I think he's in agreement with me. Is that
Burn, what's up?
When you do tout power.
No.
You know, the minute do see a flaw,
so what you want?
It's on.
So what you want them to say? What do you want them to say? Yo, we're the most powerful, but what we about to show is gonna be underwhelming. What you ready for? You not ready for? Man, listen, we gonna talk that mess. Yeah, let's get to Forza though.
I mean, what you gonna do? I mean, Ains ain't get his balls off. I'm curious with the.
I was. You guys already touched on all of it. You really did. I got as soon as he got out, because I'm replaying Halo CE right now, because I'm doing a retrospective on it, right? Yeah. And I'm on level 2 when you have the opening ship and then you land and you walk out on the world. And what people don't realize, like you said, is at the time in console space in 2001, the king of shooters was GoldenEye.
Yes.
Perfect Dark did not replace GoldenEye. GoldenEye was still the king.
You're right.
And when you first played Halo, and the demo box in stores with Halo was not level 1, it was level 2 when you step out onto the world.
Yes.
And so when you first picked that up and you realized that as a shooter, which everything had been corridor shooters to that point, when you realized you were on this world and you could just go, and this ship came in and the enemies dropped down, the Covenant, it blew my mind, right? I bought an Xbox that night. I didn't plan on buying one.
Bro.
I went back to EB Games with my girlfriend at the time, and she bought me an Xbox for Christmas, and it was November. So that's Halo, right? And so when they showed it and he walked out and he did that little pan, you're like, that was it. That's all you had to do.
I caught it. Like, but again, you got to be a Halo fan for that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. If you didn't experience that in 2001 and have lived Halo, that moment meant nothing to you. It was just like, okay, why is he looking around? But that moment was huge. And then, like I said, you see the classic armor designs. They showed that on the Brutes. His armor, Chief looks incredible. Chief looks he's perfect. Like, don't ever change anything again. Just leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Exactly.
So there's a lot to love here, and I think that this 9 minutes, whatever we saw, Halo games are huge. They're huge games. And they've already said that this world is, if you take 4 to King's Point, they're linear games.
Yes.
If you take 4 and 5, combine them, multiply it by several times. That's how big the world is.
That's huge.
So it's a massive game. We haven't seen multiplayer, which is it's a pillar of Halo, and where I'll spend hundreds of hours. So there's still a lot to see. I think I saw what I needed to see. Like you already said, this wasn't the game that popped out and said, blew you away, and that's what people wanted to see. We didn't get that, and that's okay. I think the game's going to be fine. I'm with you though. If we get to October and it's not where it needs to be for launch, delay it. It's okay.
Delay it.
But Phil said that he would. It's like
Phil said he would. Phil said he would. Phil said he would. But I just feel for 343 sometimes because again.
I don't feel for them at all. I don't have.
You have 5 years. Get it together.
No, not one drop, not one iota, not at all, not at all. You know why? Because you have the full financial back.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. You're right. And you can go out and get the best talent. If Tommy ain't getting it done, then you get him.
Yeah, you gotta get somebody out of it. You're right.
All right, so whoever's not pulling up their boot, who's in charge of the lights? Like, I mean, on that merit alone, is no buddy, nothing. You better get it done. So
get it done.
No. I don't feel sorry for none of them. If you don't get it work, you know who's back in the building? Bungie back in the building. So they will easily slide right back into that spot. And you, sir, you make some kung fu games down the block. Bungie will be back in the position.
But I know he's coming hard.
Listen,
going hard at 3-1-3.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Bungie in the corner like this.
Yeah. You know what Bungie said, right? We wouldn't have did you like that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, don't let them.
We gotta put the whip to 343, kid.
All right.
Man, listen, it's no whip. If you don't come correct, you're gone. Very simple.
This the last one. This the last.
That's fair.
You done had enough chances, bro.
I feel.
This is it.
You're right.
All right. Phil's on it. Phil is on it. Relax.
Oh my
God.
Oh my God. We got it.
No.
Where are you getting these memes?
No, you're not gonna do to my man like that.
No. That is undefeated, bro.
First, I would like to say I am not associated with that.
See, we here at Iron Lords do not condone.
No. This is in conjunction with. This is not.
In conjunction with the memes by Seasoned Gaming reflect the opinions of Seasoned Gaming at the Bitcast.
They have to put out the disclaimer. Disclaimer.
Phil, forgive us.
Phil knows how much we love him. It's all in good fun.
It's all good fun. It's all
They tuning in. They having fun, Phil, not me.
Just remember, there's no need to be upset. Sorry about it.
Yo, this Craig thing is taking on a life of his own.
It is. It really is.
Taking on a
It really
life
is.
of his own. You gotta have fun with it. Oh my god.
I did
Megatron
see
said he's telling AIDS. Telling.
Megatron was playing with Phil the other night, so
Megatron
don't tell
played
him. Don't tell him.
Well, Megatron, don't tell
snitch on us,
Phil.
bro.
The king had nothing to do with this.
This is too
Oh
much,
my
man.
god. Oh my god.
This is good.
All right, look, we've been talking for an hour and a half. We got through one game.
One game. Oh my god.
All right. So
These memes.
all right. So the next thing they showed, I think, was unexpected. I know Dan was pumped because
Did I not call it before?
you did actually.
Wow.
In all fairness, Dan. As soon as this trailer was like 10, 15 seconds in, and Dan's like, "This is State of Decay," and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Wow.
Sure, it was. It was. State of Decay 3 was next. It was obviously a CGI trailer, but I thought very well done. And there's a couple things I think to take from this. One, if you weren't already aware, right, Undead Labs has been, like all the Xbox studios, staffing up, adding
New
talent.
Orleans, baby. New Orleans.
Yeah, seriously, they're just growing.
Yeah.
Their vision for State of Decay has always been a big open world apocalypse game, which they haven't been able to fully realize because of the lack of resources, funding, etc. Right?
Mhm.
There's a theme among these Xbox studios. And two is that if the trailer, right, you see this is a completely different looking ecosystem from what we saw in State of Decay 1 and 2 as well. So I'm not massive into State of Decay. I think it's a really fun game. Dan has played the hell out of it. So I know Dan was super excited.
Brother.
Dude, I've gotten through 10 communities now.
Nice.
Wow.
It's your base building on, brother.
Dude, it's so good.
So fun.
Yeah, it's got issues. It's got bugs up the ass, but
Most of them are kind of funny though.
yeah, they're kind of funny. Love that game. This when I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, this got to be State of Decay." And when that deer or whatever the hell it was, and I was like, "Oh man, this is it."
We got Zediz.
Yep. Like you said, man, it's got the backing of Microsoft now. No excuses. Right?
Yep, no excuses.
Same thing, yeah.
Do it.
Temper your expectations, Dan.
No.
Temper.
Nope.
Yeah, that was. I'll jump in real quick. Yeah, State of Decay is definitely my heart. We've had Undead Labs on before, and the questions were always at the time like, damn, why weren't they using Azure servers? Like, you just got signed. Like, why?
Yeah.
There was all these questions that we didn't understand. And then obviously remember, the big controversy at the time was the tethering, because we were like, okay, you got the 4, but you could only, you probably went about a town block. You still had a good distance from your friend. But we at the time, Dan, thought like, okay, if me and Dan playing, Dan can go to the other side of the map, and I can go here, and we can do 4. We couldn't realize that. And shout out to Fogy, who was the director at the time. Richard Fogy. He basically said, look, memory constraints. So at that time, we understood the game was kind of done prior to the deal, prior to the resources, and that's why it made sense. So now to see it realized like this, I know they're going to hit their vision. So I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Well, when I saw it first, I'm not a fan of CGIs. All right, so just like Digital Foundry, I'm not a fan of it. If you don't have nothing to show, don't show it. Just put a logo up and say we're working on it. I don't care for the deer. I don't care for. Just say, we want to go more realistic. We want to go more robust, bigger, better, stronger, faster. Part 3 coming. I have true respect for the studio, because if you go from part 1 to part 2, it is night and day, right? So then the natural evolution with some more money will definitely bring it to whatever their vision is or close to their vision. I want people to stop thinking that this is supposed to be The Last of Us for Xbox, because it's not.
It's not.
All right, it's not story driven. It's not like that. It's an open world type of situation where it's a survival horror. So just keep it in that frame, and it's a perfect game for Game Pass.
King, let me ask you a quick question, because this is a big point of contention, and I don't know how, if I'm making a game in this day and age, right? How do you address it? And the question I got for you is that, okay, you're making a great point. We know that cinema, because we've been around the block, is not a representation of what the game is going to be. But my question is, then sometimes these developers get attacked or Phil gets attacked like, yo, you're not telling us what's coming, right? So how do you find that balance?
Put bigger, stronger, faster, and put a JPEG up.
So you
know what it is? All right. I know what the show is about. The show is about Game Pass. Right. Everybody thinking the show is about Series X. It's not. The show is about Game Pass.
Oh, thanks.
All right. So the underlining idea of everything was, to get you in the door, they told you, hey, the big ticket item is a Ferrari in the living room. What? And when you got in there, it was really about selling you gas. All right. So it's about Game Pass. All these games is in Game Pass. But what I would say, you did yourself a disservice because you open yourself to more criticism with that CGI trailer. Don't.
Right. Because you're saying that once it comes out and people are going to be like, oh, you see, it's nothing like that kind of thing.
It's not going to be anything like that.
Yeah, that's not even close. First of all, you're not going to be sitting in the forest playing with wood by yourself eating food on the floor. So it's just and you're not going to be yelling at wolves in the bushes. So it's just not a thing, right? So just put a State of Decay 3, bigger, stronger, better. That's it.
On their last working out, maybe you bring the studio head out and you say,
exactly. You put the studio head comes out and say, yo, we got the money. It's going to
we got the money. We got the money. We got Jeff Strain come out. We got the bag.
Yo, you know what it is? They say, what's the difference between the last game and this game? We got more money.
He just holds up a bag with a dollar sign on it.
Phil face on it.
Boom.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah. Unreal Engine 5. Boom. Like, just walk out.
No doubt.
So then to King's point, they went to Forza. And we knew Forza was going to be, they're taking their time with it. They knew that motorsport had gotten a little stale, I think the expectation.
I just played mine. No, I'm just joking.
So, it's been 3 years, right, since 7, because it launched with Xbox One X, and it was like, all right, they got that extra year of development. Let's see what they're doing. And really what they're doing is they're really taking their time. They're starting fresh here, right? It's a rebrand of Forza Motorsport. It looks to me, and this is just a guess, looks to me like they're turning this into like Infinite, where it's going to be, this is Forza Motorsport. And it's a platform that they build on, right? The Forza Tech engine, they've already said, ray tracing, full capability of the Series X, ray tracing being built in Forza Tech engine, which is going to be in the next Horizon as well. Damn, Forza Horizon with ray tracing, good lord. But this trailer was in engine, not CGI, right?
That was an engine.
But good lord, it looked good. It looked good. And Bert and I, if Bert's in the chat, I know. So Bert still races. I used to race. Like, we're car guys in real life. And so that's actually yeah. So that's how we met. I used to moderate an M3 forum, and we met on there.
That's what's up.
And so, Forza is big for us. And so we've been saying, we really want to see what they're going to do with Forza. And I'm telling you what, man, I am excited. I loved what I saw. I love that they're taking their time. We already know it's going to be new physics engine, new tire engine, new weather system. They're really doing it up, and I can't wait to see. And if you saw, it looks like it's Series X and PC only. It's not Xbox One.
That's one thing I wanted to touch on too.
Yeah. So take your time. There's no rush. Make this bring the king back to the top. I'm ready.
No doubt.
All right, so who gonna jump in there?
Go ahead. Floor is open.
Well, when that started up, I said, where that PlayStation 5 stuff at? When they showed the side of the road,
fanboy immediately.
You saw that car come over the hill. You was like, man, damn, man, my PlayStation in the bushes. Let's keep that 150. When they was walking around in the joint and you saw the girl hair, I was like, yeah, where the ray tracing that is right there. I said, okay. I said, now this is what I came here to see. Now, we all know it's going to come out in 2021, something like that, probably fall area. But to Amy's point, I do believe that being that it's going into Game Pass, I believe that it's going to be like a real racing circuit. it's going to be like a real, like a weekly thing. Like you join in and you have your cars and you're already ranked in a certain league, and it's a service type of game. And I think their whole baseline is their cores, right? The core franchises, the Halo, the Gears, and the Forza. The stuff that we make fun of, they're going to turn that into exactly what y'all are not going to have no jokes about. I believe this is the last Halo. And I believe it's and the reason why it's infinite is because they're going to infinitely keep putting stuff in.
Yeah.
And you're going to keep playing it, and you're going to keep going. And I believe the same thing with Forza. That's why it's motorsport.
Yeah,
you're going to keep doing stuff, and you're going to keep being
it is
inside.
interesting, the naming conventions. You are right about the naming conventions are they're going away from numbers.
Yep.
And I believe they're going to do the same thing with Gears, and it's just going to be called Gears. And they're gonna, there's gonna be stuff in the world that you're gonna be going to do, and you're gonna meet different people, and you're gonna do different things. But at the same time, they're still gonna have the spin-offs, like the Horizons, and they're still gonna have like a different parts that they can drop in on a Halo, or they can still do Gears Tactics and stuff like that. They can still branch off and put those games in there. But when I saw the Forza. And I saw the ray tracing, real ray tracing, not checkerboard and none of that stuff. Let's keep it real. Digital Foundry, 100%. Thank you, Mitchell Richard Ledbetter. I do appreciate your work. I knew we were in good hands from there. That's when I took that breath and I took my foot off of Halo's neck and was like, okay, this is what I came to see. Just, any racing game will give you what you came to see. Just the same way that Gran Turismo gave the PlayStation dudes what they came to see. I'm not gonna lie, when the Gran Turismo came out, I was okay, all right, this is where my money is going at, and I can see it. So I felt really good when I saw it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of excited now because I thought they were going to be directly competing with one another in release date, but it looks like we're going to get GT in the spring, and we may not get Forza until next fall or even spring 20. Good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Which I'm fine with. To be honest, I think my thing has always been the cadence of motorsport. I like a little bit of a break. I like it kind of releasing maybe in a springer time, like in a different window, as opposed to always like historically, like I would say like September or something like that would be the time that they would drop. So it looked good. Forza always looks good. I mean, it's one of those
showcase
things.
title.
I'm not a motorsport guy. That's you guys that are hardcore. I'm the fraud. I'm a Horizon guy. Like that's me. So I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you guys are getting what you want, it looked phenomenal. It was an engine. They answered the question that it's coming, and that was the main thing. And it showed some stuff, and it looked good.
Yep. So real quick, Dan, before you speak on that, let me get Z Black's super chat here. Thank you very much. He said, I'm sure you all noticed not one first-party AAA will support Xbox One other than Halo. I think that was one of the surprising aspects of the
sneaky, right?
Little marketing thing there. You gotta talk about it.
Sneaky, right?
Selfishly, I love it. Selfishly, I do love it. But
that's true.
Not what you exactly said was gonna happen.
No. They actually, it's actually doing what they said. They said that our stuff is gonna be able to be played across all our platforms, right? All our stuff, fantastic. Oh, that one don't work with you? What you need to do is upgrade. Listen, let PlayStation take the hit in the mouth for all of that. And you keep walking. Y'all can play that stuff over here, though.
That what was promised, King.
You know what? What was promised to me is that X Series X is coming, and I don't know what happening over there on those other systems.
You preview now. Listen, what happened to little Timmy that thought he was going to get his Xbox One version?
Well, you know what little Timmy should do? Play Cherry On. Cherry On is in there. Play on Neon Abyss. Play Neon Abyss.
Well, he had his heart set on motorsport, King.
Well, play Halo.
No. Play Halo. He's looking down at his Xbox One like,
Yo, Ainsley. Yo. You
gotta get your Ainsley account.
Desist on you, man. Come on, man.
Listen,
Oh,
it was
Dan-
interesting. Yeah, it was interesting.
Dan, I know you're more Horizon as well. We've
Yeah,
talked about this,
sure.
but what do you think about Forza?
I mean, I think it, like to your guys' point, I think it's going to be, if they're going that route where it's going to be infinite and Forza Motorsport, and they're going to go more of like a, just keep that one title.
Yeah.
That, really opens up, because you don't need a full 800 people or whatever in their studio to continue to put in work on just a game that's already done. So that frees up a whole bunch of people to possibly start something else, do a whole new game, from who is it? From 343 and whoever does Forza, I can't remember.
Turn 10.
Turn 10.
Yeah. So it's a win-win for everybody. Both of them are on Game Pass. That's how I'm going to play it.
No doubt.
I'd like to see, at least some kind of campaign type of thing in Forza, kind of like they had the last time, just the racing, the series. Because I'm not.
Well, that is the rumor that this is going to have a story-driven single player.
I'm okay with that.
Interesting.
100%.
Because a lot of the Forzas overwhelm me in the beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
And like when I put it in, play it, like first one thing I do hate is you got to start with the base car. Like so they tell you to pick a Honda Civic, a BMW, or some whack joint, and I'm just like, that's not what you showed me in the trailer though. I want to
build
play
yourself up, man.
Yeah, and I don't like that build myself up mode. So what I usually do is when I do a free play around the track and I go get some wild car that I'm not supposed to have, and I do that. So and then I come back to it and play it. So I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you there.
All right. So next was the trailer that I thought, honestly, I did not expect to be this blown away by, especially if you go back and watch the 4K stream, and that's Everwild.
Yes.
Everwild from Rare. We don't know exactly what this world is yet, or this game is yet.
They don't know what it is.
No, they don't know what it is either, but you can't argue with how beautiful this looked.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Whatever, good.
They said, remember that thing that we was doing at the party last week? Say, with the smoke thing that we was throwing around with the smoke thing. The thing from church.
You're stupid.
They said, why don't we do a tree with a bunch of people just spinning around with the church thing? He said, okay.
It look crazy though. It
look crazy. What is it though?
I don't know what it is. But it look like
get back to you.
In the building. Yeah, they look like Pixar's in the building. I mean, it's weird because I remember when it was first shown, I had lukewarm to no interest.
Yeah, me too.
And then this showing, I just keep looking at them animations. I'm just like, this look crazy. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. But I'm in.
Well, any people that can give you Sea of Thieves and it can sell millions. It's going to be another MMO situation. It's going to be a game of service.
It look Breath of the Wildy. It look Breath of the Wildy though.
But it's going to be a service game.
Nah. Chill with all this service. You try to throw service on everything, man.
You think it's not?
Nah.
All right,
you got your service with Halo. Leave this one alone.
Okay, so then
let
what's
this be
Sea of
traditional.
What's Sea of Thieves?
Breath of the Wild. That's Sea of Thieves business. Don't put that negative energy on this.
No, why would it be negative energy?
Why everything got to be games with a service?
Well, okay,
like,
could you imagine?
We could have some single player with an endpoint game.
Could you imagine Breath of the Wild?
Nah, get your
open world. Why not?
Nah, we got that already. We got Go Halo.
Hey, wait a minute. That up. Just one, right? Just one.
Oh, exactly. Just one. And he won't keep making all my joints.
Get one when we finish. You just gotta wait your turn.
I won't want just one, man. Just give me one, man. That's all I'm saying.
I think you're getting it.
All right. Getting it. They ain't show it.
Yeah, they did. They technically I didn't get the hashtag this one, but I still like the show. I can tell you.
We'll get to Avowed. All right. So, Dan's favorite game of the show. Tell me why.
I don't even know where this came out.
Let's go, Dan. Talk about it.
I'm just not a fan of it's from the guys who did Life is Strange. I just don't like those games, mostly because
don't die.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to see this stuff. I can see it on Netflix.
I mean, it's your General Hospital on. Come on.
Oh no.
Let's go.
It's bad. It's so. I'm just hold on. Wait a minute. I got something. All right. I'm going to.
He got the
There we go. All right. Cool.
All right. Tell me why. Why is the fraud? Why is the fraud alert on it? Why?
I'm just tired of these angsty teenage, coming of age, handed things that hit me over the damn head. I don't need to play that all the time. I like that the way it's told. I mean, I like like a Telltale style.
Yeah.
But I just don't like and it's nothing to do with anything but just always the same thing.
Okay.
An hour of the prequel of Life is Strange or whatever it is.
Yep. Behind the storm or whatever.
Yeah. And I couldn't even I got into the club at the very beginning, and I was just like, man, I want to punch this person in the face. Who do you think you are? No way. I got 5 kids. I don't need to play another game that shows me how angsty and they are.
Yeah, we're living it. We're living it.
I get you. Listen, it's not for everyone. I will say this: the question: do you guys think? I thought it looked good, but my thing is, are those stills? Are those going to move, or is everthing a still picture?
Did that one move? I know.
I didn't see them moving.
Wait.
Falls was the one that didn't move.
You talking about as Dusk Falls?
Yeah.
You're talking about Dusk Falls. You're not talking about the one we're talking about right now.
Which one is this? All
right, this is the one with the girl who have powers and she has a brother and they went back in the past or whatever.
Oh, this is the vintage Don't Nod joint. I'm talking about the other one. What's the other one with the
You're talking about as Dusk Falls. Yeah.
As Dusk Falls. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, this one animation. Yeah. This is literally Life is Strange. People doing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My bad.
The only reason why
that really showed off the power of the X.
460 bushes.
I got you.
All right, we go past
this one right here. There you go. I was trying to get an image up for it.
I remember now.
Tell me why it was there. That's what you could do.
Oh man.
And it was Game Pass. I mean, Game Pass literally did what it did to the show. So if you saw something there that you didn't like, it's because it was Game Pass.
That's true. Dan, let me ask you a question though. What if I told you ray tracing was coming in a pack?
I'm done. I'm out of here.
They got the Morpheus on them. I'm done.
Man.
Oh my God.
Forgive us. You gotta give me that one more time. That's just crazy.
No, you do not need to.
See, this is what I'm worried about, King. That ray tracing.
Like, what is going on? What is happening here?
Savage. Pure savage. I love it. AIDS in his bag today. I love it.
Oh man, I'm having fun.
And you're not watching this.
If you're not watching this podcast, you listen to audio, you are doing yourself a disservice.
That's true. And we have a lot of listeners too. So please, for our audio listeners every week, please check this one out on YouTube. Yes, it'll be worth it. Trust
go to Season Gaming YouTube and watch this one.
Y'all might unsub because of this.
Let's see what we got. Okay, so they went to Ori. They touched on the enhanced Ori with the visual effects, the soundtrack, the 120 FPS. I know we've all talked about that. We don't really need to touch on too much. Yep. Then we found out we're getting Outer Worlds DLC, which we knew, right? We knew we were getting out expansion to that game. I didn't think it would be coming so soon, but we're getting it September 9th. Peril on Gorgon, and I love this game. I love this. This is good timing, right? They know the timing on this works because this is just before everything hits October, November time. So plenty of time to get in and play this.
Avengers. Don't forget about the Avengers.
Private Sector is making this one, right?
Yeah.
Private Division, yeah.
Private Division,
yeah.
So, farm it out. Let them do it.
They got something else better they're working on.
Put the frame rates up when it comes to the Series X. And,
you waiting on the Series X?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna play the hell out of that game. I like that.
Oh, okay. I love that game.
I'm a fool for that game.
He's talking about letting Obsidian work on their core.
Yeah, leave
cool,
them alone. Let
yeah.
them do their thing because so far Obsidian is the only ones that have been hitting it out the park doing their job.
Ninja Theory, don't sleep Ninja Theory.
Well, I know I'm asleep on Ninja Theory because they shouldn't even showed up. Like,
we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it.
You want to see Iceland?
We're gonna get to it.
You didn't have to tell me. Let's get to it, man.
Yeah, let's go. We'll get to it. I'm with you, though, King. I'm with you.
All right. So we're on Obsidian, right? So then they had 3 in a row, right? So they touched on Grounded. I thought the Cyberpunk joke was great. You know, I don't know why Grounded was there. It didn't need to be in the core. Say it again.
It looked better.
Oh yeah, it did. And Grounded, not to sleep on. I think it's going to be a fun game. But the Cyberpunk joke was hilarious.
Yeah.
But then we got to what we had talked about on the pre-show right prior is here's what we want to see from Obsidian. AAA, big budget, let their core talent, which is through the roof, let them work. Yeah, let them do whatever they want to do. So Avowed, AAA RPG, the game they've always wanted to make, Pillars of Eternity universe, Skyrim, we'll say killer, Skyrim killer.
Yeah.
We're
gonna show y'all how to do Skyrim.
That's a big moniker. That's a big moniker.
Yeah.
My son was just playing Skyrim again, man. That's a big moniker.
No doubt. I mean, but this is the game we've heard about, right? This is the game that supposedly influenced Microsoft, the purchase of Obsidian, and that everyone's been wanting to see. We got to see it. Didn't see much. We just saw enough. Where are you guys at on this?
Wow, let's go. And AIDS, how amazing it is. This team was able to work on 3 separate wow. This is amazing. I can't believe Attica, are you listening? Oh, you're not listening.
Oh, no. Has he calmed down yet? Is he feeling better?
He's good. He's good. But Val looks amazing. I'm super hyped. This is what I need. I need to, again, big, robust, vintage Obsidian. I love those style of games. I love that Obsidian represents that. The track record, it's going to be great. I already know, I hate to put that pressure on it, but I already know what it's going to be. So it was really cool to see. Hype. Yeah,
nobody should be sleeping on this game. I know we didn't see a lot of it, but just this is, if there's one you can trust is going to be quality in AAA.
Yeah, put your money on it. This is the one.
Yep.
I feel that they needed to show that dragon stick his head out, though. I was sitting there, and how crazy it would have been if that dragon would be like, boy, show me the dragon, man. But I'm there for all of it. I know it's going to be fantastic. At least they're the only company, the developer that Microsoft has purchased right now that is really firing on all cylinders already. So. Like you said, Ninja Theory, but
oh man!
And the reason why I'm gonna say this is right because Grounded, as much as we're gonna give it flack, we're gonna say whatever we're gonna say to it. First, the Outer Worlds certified, right?
Facts.
All right, certified. DLC. Oh, I need more of that. So all those people that played it, we definitely gonna go back in. And that was another dig at Sony because you get the DLC, but you gotta pay for it. All right, so that's a dig right there. We needed to have that in the beginning, get that dig out, and then the game that you're gonna do the little Minecraft and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
A little Grounded. All right,
They're producing.
That's their joint. Yeah. And for the dudes in the future, for what we really are here. What we really showed up for. I think this studio is going to be.
That's my number one.
Yeah,
that's my number one Xbox game studio. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're doing what they're supposed to do so far, and
I agree.
Early from Grounded, but I think this game right here, it gave me that feeling like I'm going to get deep into this world. So yes, I'm down for that. That was really good. That was a good one.
Meanwhile, I just want to let you know, Ninja's Theory is watching right now, and they're sitting here like this.
Shout out to Ninja Theory. he got him on deck too. Like
he got somebody feeding him there.
I came prepared.
He came ready.
So Dan, I know you're all over this as well. Anything to add on about?
No, I mean, whatever you guys said. Obsidian is so good at what they do, which is I'll go out and try Grounded. because it's on Game Pass. I'll go out. This is going to be on Game Pass too. This one, to me, I'm with you, Carl. This was my number one. Followed right behind by State of Decay, but that's just because I'm a huge fan. But this looks so good. I mean, we didn't even get anything, but that's all you got to do. You got to get people just in the door and just say, hey, there you go. And this one's going to be amazing, I think.
Yep. Then we got As Dusk Falls is the one you're referring to, right? So this is first game out of this studio, Interior Night, a French studio. And I only found out this morning. Okay, all right.
King Disrespectful.
Oh my God, we got two. Oh my God, we got two.
Oh man, come on. All right, I'm a right. Since they all right, listen, y'all. Dusk Falls. I know Dan hates this stuff. Like Dan hates this. With his soul.
Does this help? Okay. I heard this morning on a different podcast, that part of this studio are people from Quantic Dream. So Detroit Become Human.
I'm in. I want to know about little Susie and her problems. I want to know all the stuff Dan hate. I want.
We got 12 teraflops and we ain't got no frame.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, we just got to confirm
that they
do these images move. It looked like still, because the stills look phenomenal. I was like, this game look crazy. I'm like, nobody's blinking, no one's moving their lips. What's happening? So that was my thing, because I love the art style.
It was very unique.
Yeah, I thought it was a unique looking game.
Taking a picture of a dude and just putting him on the screen.
It's artistic expression, King. You gotta have a level of appreciation for this.
No, this is one of those games I'll play for sure.
No, man, no. Why was it there? No.
But yeah. I'm like right in the middle here because I'm with you guys. Like, it looks like something that I would like and enjoy. But this is not how you show off your super hardware.
Okay,
but remember, Game Pass show. It wasn't really a Series X show. This is a Game Pass show.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm with you. And all you guys that want to play that, talk about, cross-gen, play that game. You better play that game. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Y'all better play that no frames game. That's no frames.
I'm done.
So would you say that the debut of that game, you kind of felt like this?
Boy,
now we're getting
we got him. We got Dan too. Oh man, he got the Dawn metric. Woo!
All right, so we'll keep off of that. We got then we got Ninja Theory. I don't think we need to touch on this. I don't know why they were in the show with this. It's a cool thing to, you know what I mean? It's a cool thing to talk about Iceland and how you're filming it, but put it on the channel, pre-show,
Xbox Wire, and keep that pushing.
Doesn't need to be during the core show. Then we got Psychonauts 2. I am a huge Psychonauts fan. They give the Jack Black segment. I know this is a smaller game and it's not AAA, obviously, right? But this is a new first-party studio. I thought the game showed really well. Where are you guys at on this?
All right,
Do I need to just move on from Psychonauts?
I'll be quick and honest. I am.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah. I'm with King on this one.
No. This is for you.
Oh, for me? Oh, listen, I'm not. But let me get. Y'all want to come at my little still picture game, and y'all want to go. But it's cool. It's cool. Listen, I get it. Double Fine has a pedigree.
No frames.
Listen, I'm not with the brain in the bowl with the big buggy. I'm not with any of this. But I will say, I understand this game is huge and has a huge following. For me, selfishly, I want them to hurry up and get to their next project. But for the hardcore fans that love this game, that have been waiting for sight, I understand you guys are going crazy. You get the sequel that you always wanted. I just want to know what the next project is for me.
that's fair enough.
I'm being selfish. That's all. I'm being selfish.
Well, Double Fine they have a lot of talent in a very unique way, right?
Just
Psychonauts 2 doesn't interest you. I'm interested to see what they do next too.
Yeah, just give me something else. Just tell me what you're doing next. Continue.
All right, Dan. Anything on this?
You know where I say I'm very much with Cog on this one. So.
Damn it!
Yes.
All
right.
Game.
We got home for you at Lords of Game. We got home for you, brother. We do a trade.
All right, so we're
gonna do a podcast. Look at King Fat. Yo, he said, "How dare you?
How dare you?
Just Psychonauts team."
I know. He had the chin out. Jack Black had the chin out.
Yo, his singing though. Nah, his singing was
of the bodega are just getting really, really fuzzy all of a sudden.
Yes.
I mean, what the heck?
Yo,
His singing was surprising.
No, he's
surprising
good.
fire.
Yeah, that
He's a
was.
real rock star. He's a real rock star.
Wow.
Psychonauts 2. I never thought it was gonna happen. I thought the game was dead.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, it's a selfish little pleasure. I finished the first one. I loved the first one. Never thought that we'd get a second one. And the fact that it's back at home on Xbox and it's about to rock and it's gonna come out. And trust me, Dan, it's gonna come on Game Pass. You're gonna pick it up. You're gonna say, and you know what you're gonna say? I like it way better than No Frames. You was right about No Frames.
I think I'm by myself with the No Frame game. Nobody likes it.
Mr. Schaefer is definitely on point with his psychedelics. They taking DMT, and it's definitely 100% a DMT trip. But it's gonna be what I think that's gonna be the sleeper hit on Game Pass. I really think so.
Yeah, very good.
And to see it not only come back, but it's going to be played by millions and millions of people. That's exciting to me.
Yeah,
Psychonauts is awesome. So, all right, we're gonna bring Cog back around because then it was Destiny 2.
Let's go.
And I was just gonna skip right over because we don't really need to talk about it.
Let's go.
But this is a huge announcement. It really is. So you've got multiple announcements at once, right? So you've got Destiny 2 coming to Game Pass with all prior expansions. You've got Beyond Light now launching in November, launching on Game Pass. That's huge. And I think people overlooked how big that is. 4K 60 confirmed patch for Series X, right? So all those people talking about Xbox One X was still 30. I'm playing on PC. Bring them back, right? And while we're at it, can we talk about Sarah Bond? Are we allowed to talk about Sarah Bond?
Yeah, we can talk about Sarah Bond.
All right. I'm more interested in Sarah Bond than I am Destiny 2. Anyway, these are very big. I thought this was a huge announcement, especially with Beyond Light launching on Game Pass. Cog, I know you're the Destiny guy here, man.
Dude, show could have ended right there. I am so selfish. Yo, King, we saw this. Me and King saw this. We was like, it's over. Yeah, what's that?
I didn't have to go to PC.
Yup. I'm like, I'm back home, baby. I'm back home. This was Pete. Listen, I can understand the people who do not like Destiny, and I said this on the last word yesterday. You know, this is so huge to get not only one of the number one live service games on the console space, right, into Game Pass. You've just given your online population such a shot in the arm to say if you buy on this platform, you are in. Not only are you doing that, it's not just the free to play, you're getting the new expansion, right?
You're getting the whole thing.
The whole thing, all of that content. Then you get in here again, my console brothers. I trust me when I tell you, when you have an NVMe SSD and that loading time, and you're not in the menu for 10 minutes, and you're not flying into the planet for 10 minutes, and then when you hit the ground and you not moving like molasses at 30 frames, you moving at that glorious 60. I am Megatron. What's up? I feel you, brother. 4K. I'm telling y'all right now, it becomes a different game. It literally overnight. King because King was just like, yo, I'm not going to go over there because he knows what it do to him. So he's still loyal. He waiting.
I remember I played it. I demoed it.
Yeah, you demoed it.
Yeah. Shout out to SWAT.
Yeah, I did at E3.
Behind the scenes at NVIDIA to play the game on PC on the highest platform. And when I played it, I touched it. I said, I will never touch it again.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I made a mistake. I blame Ebontis for me going. He's the one. He planted the evil seed, and then I couldn't go back. But the reality is, look, man, this is absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And I told people, look, man, you know, Phil is a huge Destiny fan. That's number one. Yeah. He plays it consistently. Him and Pete Parsons, who's the CEO of Bungie, are like this.
Yeah.
Right? They do a ton of events together, a ton of stuff together. it's great to see Bungie back home with that marketing, man. Who knows where this could go?
And Sarah even kind of the way she spoke about Bungie and the relationship, you could feel it. Yeah, you could feel it.
Sparkle in the eye.
Yep, you can feel it.
Listen, man, I'm selfish. This is it. And one last point, King. Could you imagine? This is a thing. Actually, shout out to Brad. He's in the chat right now. We had to talk too.
Hold on. We got to address this. You're going to come in and give me $2, so I say PC Master Race. You can take that $2 back.
You know you got to pop up. You got to pop up.
Like, what's up, Enrique? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Look, what I was saying is this. This is what I wanted. I thought Stadia was going to try to do, which was, could you imagine if they position Game Pass in such a way that the live service games, because I know Aim's through Division, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine? And they've had the marketing deal with Division in the past. Could you imagine if they start setting this up with future live service games, that Game Pass is the place where you could kind of, bro, the potential for deals like this for online, they thrive with population.
Yep.
This is a huge deal. You don't have to like Destiny. Huge deal. But yeah, I already know that people don't understand. That's why I said the theme of this whole show is look at the moves. Look at the long game of every move. And even if you didn't like a game, understand that there is a base, whether it be the Dragon's Quest, the Destiny, there's a base that loved feverishly these games. These are big moves. We cannot discount this stuff.
People they just don't get the vision, man.
Yeah.
A percentage just don't get the vision. But that's fine.
Yeah, good, okay.
When the tweet went out, hey, big head.
Hey, girl.
I laughed and I told people that means more than you think. Like, you know something? Hey, man, I know we had a bad thing in the past. And I know maybe I wasn't taking you out as much. And maybe I didn't buy you flowers all the time. And maybe I didn't get you the cards that I was supposed to get you on our anniversaries. You know, maybe I didn't hold
Ain't nothing like your first love, man.
Put you on the when we was walking, you know. Maybe I didn't do all those things, kiss your forehead when I left the house. But I know how I am with you, and I know how I am without you.
Woo!
And I know
I'm in your back. Yes.
And in the back, you hear, it's not over. And when Destiny came out, because I remember what Phil said in the beginning of the joint. Everything you see is in Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Okay, so I said, Destiny is the only games service that consistently has millions of players.
Yeah, it does not die.
Daily.
It does not die. When you go to
and
most
they are hardcores. Hardcore.
We are the hardcore of the hardcore. Yeah. When you go to most games played, when Destiny's at its worst, it's still in the top 10.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? It's always there. It's a huge deal, man. I feel you, Ken.
Destiny coming in, right? You gotta. I told you, and I was petty. Thank you, Phil, for hearing me, because you're probably watching right now.
Yes, he is. He knows Ames.
For hearing me, because I really, it pained me, it bothered me, it hurt me to my core when PlayStation had that 1 year exclusive on a Nightfall, 1 year exclusive on a gun.
Awful. Yeah.
Now I say this with all glee in my heart. If you want the expansion, you can pay for that.
Yo, bro, let me tell you how crazy it is. When I do last word, predominantly they're not, most of them are PC and PlayStation guys that are on Woody Bontis. People are hitting me up saying, yo, Cog, I might be in this year. I got people who don't play Destiny like on Game Pass.
Me?
No brainer.
I said the same thing to you.
You hit me up.
Yeah,
you hit
me.
Will me hit mad people say, yo, I don't. But for Game Pass, and you let me jump in
with
4K 60 with all the expansions.
With everything.
This is huge.
With everything, you got a $500 game in Game Pass right now. $500.
The value proposition when you pick up a Series X is tremendous.
Yeah,
it's tremendous.
Dan, are you jumping in with me?
No. I'll watch the stream.
You watch the stream.
I was all set, Dan. I was all set to put this up had to go and ruin it.
My
man.
Disrespect, dude.
My bad. No, you know what? This is the thing, you know. I mean, and when I was on you guys' show, you said this. You know, he's like that one Achilles heel right now is that third party that they don't have. This is, and you've talked about it a ton, Ains.
Thank you.
But this ain't Cyberpunk. All right, this is a death.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We're heading in the right direction. That's what they need to do.
Let me tell you something. Y'all guys are blowing past one thing. You're blowing past it.
What's up?
Watch Dogs was shown.
Was it?
What?
In the pre-show it was. Yeah, in the pre-show it was.
Every game in the pre-show is in Game Pass.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I gotta look. I don't know for sure.
And when it hits, just hit me up. Just be like, hey.
That would be huge.
So this is relevant because Brap came back with a proper comment this time. We talked about this yesterday. Game Pass presents an opportunity for them to get third-party launch games day and date too. Dan, would you look at that?
When have they done it yet?
They haven't done it yet, but
they will. They will. I think that's the ultimate goal.
I got a whole Cyberpunk knee thing going on with that, and I already know that it's gonna be a fight this year because Cyberpunk is going. Look, man, if y'all can't just look at the TVs, the TVs talk for itself. Once Destiny tell you, okay, we're not gonna release our yearly pass in September, we're gonna move it to
that was interesting. I talked about the last word. I wonder the semantics behind that delay. It is interesting because it launches literally November 10th now when they pushed it back from September, and we kind of assume that that's the window of the Series X.
Who else did that?
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. Who else did that?
Oh, I see where you're going. You got your third eye open. You got your tinfoil up.
Right. Also, why the hell did they give a Series? Xbox One X Cyberpunk for no reason?
Don't say that to Dan.
Dan, remember? Don't forget Dan. Don't forget Dan.
I own it too. You know I own it.
They pulled it out. They said, you know what? We're gonna do this for you, and we just need you to do this for us. And they said, you know what? We got you. We'll move our date because that game finished. There's no polishing. The game finished.
You're gonna see.
We'll see. The only other thing is now that you've got this and you're heading in that direction, you have to market it to the people that don't have it, which is a large percentage of people. I know it's probably about 20% right now, but that's without marketing. That's without getting on, if I'm watching TV or, whatever, Hulu, Netflix, whatever it is, throw an ad on there and say, hey, this is Game Pass. This is what we have to offer you. And that's the only thing I haven't seen from them, and once they start doing that and they start getting that casual side of gamers into it,
I think it's coming. Yeah.
It's going to go nuts.
Yeah.
That's their biggest right now. I think that's their biggest thing. They need to push it as hard as possible.
When that Call of Duty drop, when that shoe drop, Game Pass Call of Duty drop, when that shoe drop, when that shoe hits you in the head.
That's bold. That's
Mike
bold.
in the chat. What's up, Mike? Saying the Grounded trailer was a sign too. A joke about Cyberpunk, and then Cyberpunk tweeted out. Did you see it? Their official account. They're like, "We see you, Grounded."
Yes, I did. Man.
We see you. We see you in November.
All right, so then they jumped over. We got a couple interesting games here, especially Stalker 2. For those of you not too familiar with Stalker is a huge community on PC, a very beloved game. We get Stalker 2. If you look at the YouTube and social response to this was one of the biggest games on the show.
Yeah,
really? Whether or not it spoke to you or not. If you look at the actual views and clicks and every impressions from Stalker 2, this is damn near the top.
Really?
Because it very good. Very good.
Again,
it intrigued me for sure. Like I didn't know what it was. I think a bunch of us said, "Is this like a Metro something?" Because it looked like post-apocalyptic, kind of creepy. And then it came up, and I was like, "Okay, I know Stalker, but I don't know it well. I haven't played it, the first one or anything." But then I did some research, and I was like, I didn't realize how big it was. So this looks like it could be a big game for
Solve knew immediately what it was.
Solve and Blaze for
Blaze. Yeah, they knew it.
Okay.
They said it's huge on PC, like you said. Yeah. Again, the theme of the show. Remember, if you don't know what it is, there's still
a community that does.
And these are huge titles in those communities. That's the theme,
And if you can't read the banner right now, Game Pass, day and date.
Day and
Yep.
date. Day and date.
And guess who'll be playing it?
Yep, I'm gonna find out what the craze is about. I'm like,
Exactly.
okay.
What's this all about?
Exactly. And the same thing followed right behind it with Warhammer, right? Warhammer is a massive universe, massive community.
Yep.
Warhammer Vermintide was a real fun game if you never played it. That was on Game Pass as well. This is the new one. Instead of being a melee combat, this is a shooter, 4-player co-op shooter. I guarantee you it'll be a lot of fun. Game Pass, another big one.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's all I need, man. I'm a big Warhammer 40K guy. You know, I'm back in the day. You know, so used to paint the models. Used to actually play the actual game. I mean, that was a long time ago.
That's
I haven't or something. But I mean, this one, you know, if it's Left 4 Dead in 40K, then I'm done. I'm good. We can play. And I play no multiplayer. This one,
that's serious.
Yeah, Left 4
Oh,
Dead.
it's co-op, man. It's not like, you know, you're working together. Vermintide is awesome.
same thing. Yeah, I played that.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
All right, hold on. I gotta get my blue light for the next thing coming up.
Oh no! Come on now.
See if I'm with you.
Oh man, we got 2 out of 4. I haven't even said a word yet.
Yep, you know what it is.
Tetris Effect connected. All right.
No, that Tetris Effect. I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's gonna move.
Okay,
we know what it is.
Now, Dan,
Telling you.
I told people when that joint hit, I said, I know who they're going for. People don't understand that Lockhart gonna be cheap as hell. That Lockhart gonna be cheap as hell. And in Game Pass, you're gonna have Tetris. And when grandma and grandpa sitting there and they like, what you doing, boy? What you playing? What you know? What you got? And you put up that Tetris, what you got, grandma?
He got the fraud alert on you, kid.
You fraud alerted on grandma. Oh no,
grandma.
It's gonna be a day. It's gonna be a day, and I'm gonna make sure that there's a Patreon. That's something we gonna pay for.
We should do pay like season gaming, IOP, Tetris Effect connected, and the competition make us all play. And remember Attic was fronting on the power of Tetris. I think we had Hustler Motivate on. Yeah, you know, I do top 5. And he put Tetris in his top 5. So I was like, Tetris? Who plays that? What? That is like the thing I kind of discussed Dan has. So when the show is going live and me and King see this Tetris come out, we erupt laughing. Attic goes, oh no, I can't believe this is happening. It was like Phil listened and was like, no, we gonna get them.
And said, oh, I got them.
Listen, man.
And apparently, I didn't know this, but all the people because Phil spoke about this trailer. He said all the people in the trailer are Xbox team members.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And when they put that together, it was a big moment for them.
That's what's up, man. Just give me some online.
Oh, by the way,
functionality.
Yeah, if we're competing, I'm trading Dan. Someone's taking me.
You really should. Listen, don't you worry about it, man. No.
You know what? It's supposed to be. It's like Tetris 99, where you've got like that many players. Or
it's like a mix of Tetris Effect, the one on VR on PS4, and Tetris 99. It's the single player Tetris Effect, but then it's also got the multiplayer component of 99.
I hope they get the 99 though. Like I want like a battle royale.
That's true. I don't know if it has the VR, but
I want that. Who the best to the end?
That was actually really fun. I mean,
it is fun.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They have. I think I was talking like last week. They had a game on the Insider program called like 99 something, where it was basically like a Galaga, 99 players versus each other, and it was fantastic. I like that kind of stuff. No 1 versus 100. Little upset.
Oh yeah.
GOG. All right, so then we got which I didn't realize too, is we got the Gunk, which was a weirdly named title, but it was interesting looking. I didn't realize this was from the developer of the Steam World games, which are actually very big games. There's a community, right? So, you know, I don't think a lot about this game. I thought it looked kind of cool, but you know, it is what it is. But it's from the developer of the Steam World game.
King, I thought you liked this too.
I love the hell out of that game.
I thought it looked good.
I love the hell out of that game. That is our version of Ratchet and Clank.
It looked good.
So it looked fantastic to me. I like the 120 frames, maybe. Definitely 60 frames.
It looked very sharp and smooth.
Yeah, very smooth.
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look good. Look good.
All right. Then one of my favorites of the show. We got the medium. And we knew we were going to see this, right? But we got actual look at what they mean with the two worlds and the rendering. And the fact that they're rendering both worlds at the same time. And they later, if you didn't see it, released an actual 4-minute gameplay thing on it, especially in the 4K. It looks incredible. Looks creepy as hell. Looks to have some really unique gameplay, kind of perspectives and how you can see between the two worlds. And I'm all over it, man. I cannot wait to play this game. Love Bloober Team. I know it's going to be good. I can't wait.
Yeah, they're doing something phenomenal. That to me is also proof of what that SSD is doing, how they're utilizing it. I feel 2 rendered worlds simultaneously looks really cool. Looks out there. Yeah, I am in for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm too big of a pussy, so I'm just gonna skip it right over this. I am no way.
You not messing with this?
No, I'm a giant puss. I can't play.
Oh, he's like doing that scary game. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I'm like,
see how long I can hold out.
Yeah, we were listening live, and Dan's like, he thought it was a thriller, and it got to the dark part with that big thing talking. I was like, it's a horror game, man. He's like, oh god damn it, I can't.
Oh, he's like, I'm out. Yeah. He's like, I don't need that. He's like, I don't need that on my spirit. I'm good.
I definitely wanted for the Silent Hill feel.
Yeah.
I thought it looked amazing.
Yeah,
the fact that they doing 2 worlds at the same time over each other, I think is a great concept. Let's see the execution of it. I mean, because in theory it sounds fantastic. Let's see the execution. Maybe how you play through it is not going to be the same way as how I play through it or something like that. So I think it's going to have a ton of streaming. Like you were saying, Cog, I really think that these games are made for streaming, for people to re-see things, or for you to upload it to Facebook or something, and somewhere. I'm telling you that Facebook thing is going to come back around, and it's going to have everything to do with all this Game Pass stuff. I really believe so.
That game looks phenomenal regardless. Like,
it looks great.
Yeah, I'm all over it.
But if my business hat on, I'm like, it streams well.
Fair enough.
Now this one, I didn't even realize when this one was first shown. So they went to Phantasy Star Online too, which I know, Sega guys, right? This has a huge history. We talked about it last year when they showed it coming to Phantasy Star 2 Online. I didn't realize, so this is New Genesis. I didn't realize that this was technically like a new game. And I pulled this over. Yeah, so I pulled this over because this describes the difference between the two, saying that character growth will not carry over and the economy will not carry over. This is a new Phantasy Star Online 2 universe.
Wow.
And new world.
Wow.
So when they showed it, I was thinking, expansion, right?
I thought it was expansion.
Yeah. This is brand new.
Yeah.
And so, again, huge community. I think this is really interesting, right? An interesting game. Again, filling out that portfolio, Japanese side. I think this is great, man. It's another one of those games that I know a lot of people saw on the show and they're like, but I mean, if you, again, it's not for you, but it's for a lot of people.
Bro, let me tell you, King, remember Revos and Demon
last night?
Bro, Revos and Demon in our they play this game 24/7. That community currently, community is so loyal and so huge. Again, I get it for the people who watch. Like, I don't like it. There is a community that is thriving. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Gene from Lords of Game. He said, y'all guys are doing a better job selling me on the game than this show. Listen, I'm just telling you, bro. I mean, maybe they didn't sell it right, but I'm telling y'all right now, the Phantasy Star Online community is massive. Massive. And again, like you said, Ains, it's hitting that market. Right?
Yep.
It's hitting that market. They got these games that are in these markets that are doing big things. I'm telling y'all, you personally may not care, but there is a huge base that is thrilled to see that on an Xbox platform.
Yep.
Trust me when I tell you.
And we've sorry, King. We've said it over and over again. That's where Game Pass is crazy, because even if you don't think it's for you, you can still try it, and it might be for you.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a new game. I didn't know it was a new game.
Me neither.
I thought it was an expansion.
Me neither.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I say this: any game that has Phantasy Star Online, that has Destiny in it, any service that has it, is a winning combination. Phantasy Star Online. It started off with the Genesis. The Dreamcast, and
Dreamcast, yeah.
we were playing it nonstop. Now, since it's come over, I didn't get a chance to play it. They had it in beta form. I said, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do this and everything. I'm in hemming and hawing. I saw Demon playing it last night, and I was gonna click on and just join in his game, and then I got stuck on carry on. But at the same time, the same way I play Destiny, these guys play the same way.
Yeah.
And if you start cornering the market on these game services,
bro,
and you start
That's what
having
was just saying.
You get, bro. Let's say you get that. Now you get Division and you get Warframe. What's going to happen? And as Xbox is the de facto place to play these games, man,
get all those Division. Expansions for free.
Watch Division, y'all. Pay attention. And people not paying attention, man.
Yeah, I'm saying it.
Dan, what you think about this? He's probably right, man. He thought medium was the difficulty setting, but it's too much.
Yeah. Here's the thing, this is nice because not only is it on Game Pass, but it's also, like you said, brand new. So it's a good place to jump in for people that haven't tried it. It could just suck you in, and then next thing you know, you're $100 deep in microtransactions.
That's facts. That's true.
I spent on Sea of Thieves probably close to $100. I haven't bought the game though. I still have it on Game Pass. In fact, the only one I bought up until this point since they launched it is State of Decay 2, and that was just because I loved the game so much. I wanted the deluxe version.
Oh, well, I bought your State of Decay 2 because the studio and they treated us so
great
when we was there. Phenomenal teams.
Oh my God, we have so much love for that studio.
I brought the big package. I did not care. I was just, even if I'm fraud and I didn't play it as much as Dan, I mean, I ride him because Dan was like, he's out of control. They already probably ravaged my little town already.
Angela, you didn't miss the Tetris talk. You wouldn't if you missed it. It's probably better off if you like Tetris because you don't want to listen to this group talk about Tetris.
I love Tetris. I love it. I love Tetris.
It's so good.
No, I mean, it's a good place to jump in, and I'm all for it, man. So this it's actually really kind of interesting because I've always thought about checking it out, but it's such an established community already. It's, a lot of times when you go into those MMOs and stuff like that, it's super overwhelming. And so this is kind of nice, being able to kind of start fresh with everybody. So
absolutely.
Man, God, the memories of Phantasy Star Online on Dreamcast, man. So good. So good,
man. So good.
All right, we got a couple more big ones real quick here. So this is an interesting one that I wanted to touch on. It's Crossfire X, and we already had the beta for it, right? Huge title out of the Asian market by Smilegate. Remedy, of all people, doing the single-player campaign, which we knew, but we hadn't seen it until this. I thought this looked good. I thought it looked real good. The one interesting thing, and I want to hear from you guys on this too, is this was brought up. It seems to be, unless someone can clarify, and of course the damn banner's showing, so hold on a second. Unless someone can clarify, this is the only thing that was shown, the single player portion, where you're actually not in Game Pass. You're going to have to buy it. And this has been spread around because, it's Crossfire X, they're saying it's free to play, which it is.
Right.
But the single player campaign that Remedy's doing looks like you may have to buy it. So anyway, I thought the game showed really well. I'm interested in it. Remedy is their quality. I love their stuff. I love the slow motion Max Payne like thing they showed off too. We got to see. So where are you guys at on this?
I thought this looked phenomenal. I thought, you can make an argument this is probably the best looking game of the show. I mean, this thing looked insane. Graphically, just for pure graphic. I thought it looked. It has my attention. I didn't know anything about it. I'm in now. As far as the story, I'm curious to see. I didn't know that was a separate component. So as far as
I missed it too. Actually, Flamish in the chat sent that to me while we've been talking, and Dan and I were talking about it last night because he saw that as well, and I was like, I thought it was in Game Pass, but maybe not.
I thought it was on Game Pass. Listen, I mean. If it's free to play, I am curious though how they position,
but not the campaign,
but not the single player. I am curious how they position the pricing on that. Or are they going to charge $60 for the single player? Like how's that going to work? That's it. But I'm interested. You have my attention now. And Remedy, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you got my attention.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on.
Oh, when they find out that nobody's buying the damn single player, and they're just playing the free to play, God bless, say less. Because if you think I'm at the point right
You
now,
ain't doing it?
I'm at the point financially that I'm not taking a bath on nobody's game. So
Okay.
if you're not in Game Pass if you didn't bend the knee to Phil, I'm not bending the knee to you.
You good. You like out there. You all you touching is that multiplayer. That's it.
If it's in Game Pass, is what I'm doing. If it's not in there, God bless it.
But you save so much money on all these games that you haven't bought.
Yes.
You know, this is where you go. You got
what I do. I use that for my PlayStation exclusive. They come out every 3 years. So every 3 years, I got all the money I saved up, and I take a pinch out, and I go buy one of their one and dones, and then I go right back to the bushes.
Right back to the bushes and Game Pass. Savage. Damn, what you thought about it?
Yeah, I mean, it looked awesome. And I'll probably end up buying it. You know, I end up buying everything, so it doesn't really matter. But
I don't think they go $60 for it. They can't, right? You can't go $60 for the campaign portion of a free-to-play game.
Free-to-play game. Yeah, you can't.
James, I don't care if it's $7.95.
You ain't doing it.
You $70.95 and give me a bumper sticker. I am not buying it.
Big standing on his square. Respect.
Yep.
all right, though, man. I mean, it's I'm definitely not going to play the multiplayer because I'm not good. But this looks. I love Remedy too, so you know, I got no problem throwing a little bit of money their way as long as it's just that and not $60 because that.
What they need to do is they need to put control in Game Pass. Remedy needs to fix a lot of things, so they need to remedy the situation. How I say it is they did not give me goodwill, so I will not give them back goodwill.
Fair.
Step it up.
Damn, Remedy waking up like, oh shit.
That's right. The bushes for you, Remedy. The bushes.
Savage.
All right, you know what we ended the end cap with? What we all thought, worst kept secret, but they did it. As soon as it came up, I think all of us at Playground Games, we kind of, I know I was listening. I was like, let's go, And we only got a teaser for it, but the teaser, in my opinion, hit all the right notes. The notes it needed to hit for Fable. So we got the kind of whimsical fairy, at the start. We got the sense of humor when she gets eaten by the toad. We got the right music theme. And we get to look at this majestic sunset over this, huge fantasy city at the end. Didn't show much, but it showed what I needed to see. You confirmed you're working on it. Playground Games is talented as hell, and they've only been bringing in more talent. We know they can make incredible games. This is a great IP. It's a reboot. It's not a sequel, right? They're starting fresh, clean slate. All about it. I've seen that's fine. Just take your time, make it great.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I mean, the worst kept secret in gaming, we all knew, but it just needed to be announced. And it was good to see. I shout out to Attic because this is his soul. He loves this game. And
I didn't realize it was like that for him.
Oh my God. Every E3 we go to, and the man sits there and you can feel the pain in his face not announced. And and then what was so beautiful about this one, he was watching the whole conference. He's losing faith at the end that it's going to happen. I see him fading into the abyss. And I'm like, bro, have faith. And as soon as Matt Booty says, and one more thing.
Well, I told Dan, sorry to interrupt you, Cog, but
please.
I was watching it to the minute, right? And when Matt Booty was speaking, he was setting it up like it was the end. And I told Bert and Dan and Elu, we were just group chatting while watching other streams and stuff. Yeah. And I said, nope. I said, they got 6 minutes left. I guarantee you it's coming.
He goes,
and you could say, and we've got one more thing. And you knew
it was just good to see, again, from a production standpoint, because I always feel that's some of the mistakes Microsoft would make in the past by not doing moments like that. I feel Nintendo is fantastic with the one more thing moment. Sony is and for this is the first time they did it. You know what I'm saying? Now, selfishly, what I like
not
to get
the first time.
Well, I can't remember a one more thing in that Cyberpunk, he turned the lights off. You're right. He turned the lights.
He was
But
like,
you know why?
and it was like,
Yeah, but remember, we gotta keep it true though, King. Remember, we both agreed that those were not theirs, right?
It was not your IP.
So so this is the first time this is your IP.
Yeah.
And you ended it. So you're right. It wasn't the first technically, right? So you're right, letter to the law. It was just the first IP that we know that they own, that is beloved, that everybody wanted to see. So good for the Fable community, man. Like, I'm happy for them. They got their wish. Selfishly, I would have wanted a little bit more seconds.
Yeah, I think we all did.
It could only be so quick, but it just needed to happen. And you said it best, Ains. In that short period, it hit all the notes: the whimsical, the art style, the graphical, and then the dark at the end. Like, I got you.
Yeah,
So that's Fable. So it was good to see them do that, and man, it was a great end.
I wish they didn't show it.
Oh Lord!
Mr.
Anti-CG, here we go.
No, not even. I don't care.
Damn it! Here we go.
That was king.
Here we go.
I wish they didn't show it. Because I feel the same way. Because I was told a lot of things in the background, right? And they confirmed that they didn't confirm something else I wanted to see.
I know. We got another show, sir.
Why somebody get to have their fun? They get their
cake
and ice cream too. So, but was it a moment for Microsoft? Yeah, it was a moment for Microsoft. Was the show something that you needed to have it? You needed to have that bookend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they bookended. They didn't leave it open like, damn, man, these dudes again, man.
Yeah. So I just saw that montage and went home, I'd have been tight.
So they closed the door. They actually opened the door and they closed the door behind you and said, have a good night, and gave you something to talk about and think about for later. So give you something to go home. I wonder, what it would look like and that type of feeling for it. So yeah, it was good, and especially good to see Attic, because Attic has suffered through so many E3s. And, I really thought he was going to cry.
He was almost going to be in tears in 2019 because we walked out of that theater.
Yeah,
and this man was devastated.
Oh,
he
man.
was just like, it's never happened in Cobb. They're never going to do it. They're never going to do it. And I'm like, dude, I feel it. Because what it was is they would hype him up. Insiders would hype him up. It's definitely going to be there.
Everyone expected it last year. Yeah, we expected it.
Yeah, so to have it happen.
The dumb thing about it is everybody's emails or DMs is filled with these little insiders. I cursed one dude out so bad. I cursed him out so
like, where's mine at?
And what he told me was literally just wait. Just all he said. I cursed him out. I gave him a whole paragraph, and all he hit me with was just wait.
Fair enough.
So I gotta wait till next month. I'm just like looking at I gotta look at it, and I just didn't say nothing back to him. So I'm bad, but whatever.
We still got another show, sir, for you.
Yes.
Oh man.
So what, we're gonna give our ratings of the show?
Yeah, Dan. I didn't know if you wanted to say anything about Fable before
we knew it was coming. It was a matter of showing it. I mean, and that's basically went in reverse of what I thought it was going to do. I thought they'd show Fable up front and then end with Halo and then, kind of blow everybody away. But it's fine. As long as it's coming, that's all that matters. So, I think they could have, done something else maybe. I mean, if they got some other stuff holding in, I don't understand that whole thing, holding back a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm super excited for Fable. I don't even know what it is.
I just don't. Yeah, it's again. You look at you don't know enough about the game yet, but you know enough about the talent making the game.
Yep,
that's what's key. Okay. Overall show, guys. So here's the bullets they threw out. Right, 22 console launch exclusives. We had 10 world premieres. All of these stuff we've talked about. We've said it all night is on Game Pass. And then right at the end too, right afterwards, they talked about the things they didn't talk on the main show, which was Gears 5. Gears Tactics coming to Xbox, Forza Horizon 4, Sea of Thieves, and more, all upgraded for Series X at launch. So if you're a big fan of these games, I know Sea of Thieves, we keep talking about this community going crazy. Horizon still played heavily. Tactics will be first on Xbox,
Tactics,
right?
my baby boy.
It's a good game, man. It's a real good game.
Mm-hmm.
So all this happening. So and the next show in August, which is probably only 2-3 weeks away, which is where we're expected to obviously get price, launch, the key details, right?
PlayStation was supposed to be what the 6th, something like that. 6th to the 8th.
Yeah, they're saying pretty early. Yeah, so,
pretty early. PlayStation might go. Yeah.
Yeah, and with Sony as well, right? I mean, August, we've got to see these things are coming out.
Got to see. You got to do pre-orders, man. Yeah.
So anyway, do you guys go ahead? What do you think? Give your overall, and I know you guys did this on your post-show reaction, but you've had a couple days, think about it. Watch this 4K stream. What are you guys' overall feelings on the show? Carl, I'll start with you, man.
I'm still on my 8. I'm still on my 8, man.
Okay.
Like I said, was it perfect? No, but it was strong. I just thought it was strong, and I thought, like I said, it just solidified Game Pass is the best deal in gaming. It's not even a question. It makes no sense for you not to have this service, like at this point. Yeah. And I just saw so much stuff for me. So selfishly, the only thing I didn't get was my hashtag just one, so to speak. But I got so many things, that I didn't expect to be announced, and now are going to be on the platform. Shout out to the car; they happy too. So, you know what I'm saying? But look, man, I had about 6 to 8 games that I am super pumped and excited for leaving that show. You know what I'm saying? And then I got stuff like King would say that I'm intrigued. That I'm like, okay, I want to know what more about that. Game Pass affords me that. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? This to me was a strong show. It was a diverse lineup. I think they did well. Obviously, people that were on the fence may not go over because, maybe they had so much stock in Halo Infinite. But I can't let people's disappointment in Halo Infinite ruin, to me, what the rest was shown. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the show in its entirety and what is shown, these are quality games. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in. I stay on my 8 right now. I'm still pumped. After rewatching it in 4K, I didn't move on. I was like, some things even more excited me. So I'm good.
Yeah. The 4K, the watching it in proper video where it's not stuttering, and in 4K, there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference in the quality of it.
Absolutely.
King, where you at, man?
Well, the 3 people that reside inside of me have 3 different scores.
Okay. What we got? What King 1 got?
You have the gamer. The gamer inside of me gave it an 8.
Okay.
The gamer is never going to be satisfied. The gamer is always going to want more. The gamer is never, ever going to give you a 10 because you can show the gamer the world and the gamer going to be like, but what about that other thing though? So, did you do VR? The game is never, ever going to give you a 10. So it was an 8 for the gamer. The consumer, the father, the guy that has to go inside his wallet, the guy that says gas money or game. That consumer said, this is a 10.
10. I already know consumer.
This is a 10 of 10. This man has shown you everything that you see is for $15. Everything you see here is 15. The world is yours. That's exactly what he said. Take a bite of this pie. It's delicious. $15 a buffet. And then the businessman said, this man is a genius. He is a literal genius. You had a pre-show, you had an after party, and you had a main event where everything is in your service. If I'm on the board, this guy got a bottle of champagne sent straight to his house. Straight to his house. Straight to his house. You just put my kids through college. You literally
help the whole community. Help the hood.
You just literally single-handedly put Xbox in a position of dominance. He has earned that name,
Phil Dominus?
Phil Dominus Maximus.
No doubt.
Soon to be Aurelius.
Soon to be.
And I'm going to tell you how he gets Aurelius.
How you get it?
He gets Aurelius in August. When he shows those games that he didn't show now, He gives you the reason why to purchase a Series S, because he didn't give you a reason why to purchase a Series S. He gave you a reason to purchase Game Pass.
Game Pass, yeah, I agree.
All right, he gave you a reason to get into the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to give you a reason why you need to be in the ecosystem in August. And then when, Sony's going to go first and they have no choice but to give you price and give you their strategy going forward with the pre-orders. You come in and you bust their kneecap square off their body. And you give them that Lockhart. Yes, you give them the Grandma Tetris Lockhart special. And you give them that Series X that comes in the same exact price as the PlayStation 5, and that Lockhart comes in $200 to $300, damn near cheap, and you break their kneecaps and you take that stuff home, and you will be Aurelius, son. I will scream it from the top of the mountains because that's what needs to be done. Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
what you got? The knee collector.
I really can't.
Knee collector.
I really can't.
What you guys got, man? What's your guys' score?
Go ahead, Dan.
I'm the same way. I mean, we sit here and talk about Game Pass and being $120 or whatever. I just bought, I don't know, $100 worth of it, and it was $21 for 3 months.
Yeah.
So I don't know where all these numbers are coming from. But you just be on the lookout for, I got.
It's just like gold used to be. It was never 60, right? You'd pay it for 40, 45.
I mean, it's always going to be cheaper, which makes it an even better deal. Plus the dollar that we paid for it, at the beginning, when we got through like 2022 or whenever it is.
Yeah.
It's too good of a deal right now. And I want to see, more of it. I would say that the show overall, I mean, I had my expectations pretty high.
Yeah, me too.
So it's probably 7 to 8, somewhere around there. But that's what Sony did. And they kind of, like you said, King, they kind of bookend, with Horizon and Spider-Man, and then you got Fable and Halo.
Yeah.
So it was very similar in the way they did it. Excuse me. But I mean, I'm excited for what we got coming, and I want to see some more in August. I want to see those prices. I want to see what we have to work with. It doesn't really matter. I mean, all four of us are probably going to have everything day one anyway.
Yeah.
We say that all the time, but it's exciting, and we almost have too much coming,
Yeah, it's all
but more than we can play, realistically.
Yeah.
And then we have a life.
Yeah. Exactly, man. I mean, I'm pretty pumped. I mean, I can't even complain.
I was close to having to use this for the first time. I haven't had to use it yet, but it was close. It was close.
Wow, y'all hit him with the wet blanket. How burnt is the representation of the wet blanket award?
Well, that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole other story.
And washing my hands of that meme.
Shout out to Bert.
What?
Oh my god.
All right, no, I'm right there with you guys. I'm probably about it. After rewatch, I was about at 8, and then after rewatching it, maybe 8.5. I'm right in that range. It was what they needed to do. Game Pass was the star of the show. Dan, I know we joked before about Sony's showcase being like real good bread, and the meat in the middle was kind of old. And kind of, wasn't the best. I thought Xbox's was the same way. Amazing bread, and the meat was better quality meat in the middle because you had things like, we already talked to, right? You got the Destiny announcement. You got stuff like the Medium was amazing for me. Everwild looks great. Forza looks ridiculous. Avowed is going to be top tier. There was more in the middle there that I thought Sony showed. But I'm over the moon, man. I said the other day, I don't know how you can watch these showcases and think about everything we have coming, from Game Pass to 2 new consoles to these showcases to just every game from every genre that you could, more than you could ever play. I don't know how people can be negative about gaming right now. It makes no damn sense to me at all. So
I get that's the sad thing that was lost. I felt, I think because of the Halo situation, like you said, how can you walk away from that and not say everything I saw was in Game Pass, and not just think as a gamer, the tremendous value and all these things I can get a chance to play.
Because Game Pass is for the cheap guy. Like Game Pass is EBT gaming.
You know what's funny? You know what's
Game
funny?
Pass is for welfare people.
You know what's
It's
funny?
true.
People acting like we are not living through a global pandemic where people are out of work. People are acting like these games ain't just jump up to 70 now. People act like sometimes I hate the hardcore gaming community because they swear they are the representation of the entire world, and they are not. The funny thing is, we're going to see when you go to the store and person has 2 consoles and a choice, right? And you say, hey, okay, yeah, if you like, the PlayStation and all exclusives, go for it, knock yourself out. If you love the track record of the history, knock yourself out. But then you have people who are not in tune like we are, and they'll say, okay, you have these 2 consoles, and you say you giving me this 1 console, and I pay this $15, and you giving me all these games, or if I buy this console and there's this access program, and I can walk away with it for $30 a month or whatever.
You're gonna get 3 months, I guarantee you, right, of Game Pass with Series X or Lockhart, right? So to King's point, you get in cheap. You immediately have like 250 games, including all these new games at launch. You're gonna be like, "What in the hell?" This is incredible.
Science. This is not rocket science. Again, people got to stop thinking like at things, just through their eyes as a hardcore gamer. Man. Yeah, it's this tunnel vision, and the reality is that's not the real world. So many people I know now, before all of this stuff, that when Game Pass was on its own in its infancy stage, was like, yo, I just got into the Xbox ecosystem. That Game Pass is crazy. I you know what I'm saying? I bought this, I bought that. I got a chance to play this, and I got the chance to play that.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. And as long as they position it correctly and they market it correctly,
the dance point.
That article I got coming out, this is exactly what I've been saying. It's just, Sony could do this. Right. Sony could come out and say, we're going to do day and date on all of our exclusives. They will make more money by doing that, I think, than they would just selling it. I mean, people will argue that, well, they'll lose all this money. No, they won't, because number one,
Microsoft's not in the business of losing money, dumbasses.
Yeah. even at 20% of their install base, which is where about 25% where Xbox is, even if that many came over and signed up for that same service, you're still going to sell 7 million copies of Spider-Man 2. On top of that you're getting subscription based, you're going to be making so much more money doing it that way. But for some reason, they won't. They haven't done it yet. I think eventually they will once they see it. Start.
Dan, I'm going to tell you why they won't.
I don't know.
They won't, not ever.
Why do you think that?
What's that?
They are a U.S. American-based company.
Yeah, maybe.
And old traditions in certain cultures stand. And if the old metrics is sales numbers, and if your boss is tied to this, I don't care what it is. It's
they change up shop up top though.
Yeah, but they did. Jim Dan moves right definitely in the boss's ear, and he's whispering and he's doing things little by little, and he's moving whatever he can. And I'm pretty sure that he will mimic Game Pass if he could. If it was in his total control, I honestly believe, because financial sense makes that sense. It makes absolute sense.
Well, I think that's why Aiden was let go. I think that's why he left, really.
Oh, yeah, I think that's exactly. Yeah, I'm with you there. I think there's a philosophy change up top. Yeah. I completely believe that.
There has to be.
It's gonna.
No, I hear your point, okay? Because you're like, there's still a contingent, and we do know their base. You think it's funny?
You know why? Because I look at Nintendo,
right? Yeah.
Stuff that makes complete sense business-wise, right?
Yeah,
won't ever permeate that sphere.
That's fair.
That's a good point. Fair. You're making valid arguments.
When they stop making money in that area, when Sony is not profitable,
then they have to learn.
They have to learn. See, and that's what you're afraid of. See, that's the fear. That's the whole fear. The fear is that, okay, as the world changes, everything changes, they're still stuck in the same mode. And they can't get out of that mode, and they become Sega or something like that.
Right.
And we've seen it. So when people harp on me and they say, oh, you just wish for them to die. You got to be foolish if you think I thought and I cared for any of my consoles to die. No, I didn't. I would still have my super graphics right now if that was the case. You understand? But that's not how the world works. And I think Dan is right on it. 100%. They have to do that. They have to do it.
I think it'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, agreed. Well, guys, tell you what, man.
You sound like it feel like an IOP time.
I think this is the
IOP zone.
I think this is the longest Bitcast we've done. I think it is.
It is, sure.
But again, I was just about to say, having you guys on is so much fun. I could literally sit here and keep talking. We could just keep talking games because there's always something to talk about, and it's so much fun. So I want to give a quick shout out to chat because you guys have been so much fun today. I know a bunch of you. I'm playing this again, so you guys are gonna have to deal with it. But I got to play this intro one more time to make sure everyone who's here now, because I know a bunch of these people weren't here when we started. But I'm gonna put this up, so enjoy it just for a second.
That joint gave me goosebumps.
That gave me goosebumps.
Bro,
you see
Gosh, Diego.
Diego.
Bro,
Shout out to Diego.
Yep.
It's amazing.
If y'all not getting intros done by that man, y'all crazy.
One of the most fun shows we've done, Dan. I'm sure you're in the same camp, man. This has just been an absolute blast. It's everything I've been looking forward to for the past couple of weeks when we first talked about it, and it will absolutely not be the last time. We got to do it again, and we got to do that retro gaming just chat roundtable.
And when things get back to normal, we're gonna be in the flesh.
Did you pre-order the Sideshow Silver Surfer?
No. I really try to stay in the gaming ones, the gaming characters.
Okay.
Yeah. I know you did.
Yeah, we boy. No, we're trying to put together something that's really, really special as far as a crazy unboxing type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We still one of these days when we've got. So I've got, I think 6 or 7 on order right now. But when we get a couple real special ones that both of us individually, we got to do like a combo.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
Unboxing show somehow. We got to figure that out.
Yeah. It's gonna be real special because I got a ton of stuff coming. I think I'm going to stop purchasing. Probably.
Right.
No, serious, because I got to buy a bigger house. So
to accommodate.
Yes. Y'all guys really think I'm joking? Like,
no, he dead serious. He dead serious.
It's done. I'm probably gonna pick up the Hulk transformation, and that'll be it. And because I already have like 40 statues that's coming. So when those 40 statues get here, then that's it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
This guy.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I've been joking with my wife because we got a nice piece of property in the garage. Dan knows the house. The garage is over there, a 3-car garage. And I'm like, I talked to her about a 4-car garage. Yeah. And then I was like, but why just do the garage? Because then we can extend the whole side of the house, right? Yeah. And I was like, I could do the game room just further back,
Whoa, get it, that's exactly why I'm moving to Florida. That's exactly why.
I respect it.
There it is.
Land.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice. Yeah. So, Carl, but you started to say, man, as soon as all this craziness is over, hopefully 3 next year and PAX, and then get back to normal, and we can do what we should have done this year.
Should have done exactly.
I was so excited for E3 this year. I was like ridiculously excited for it.
We had it lined up.
Games, we had the place was
magnificent. Amazing.
We already had the car set. We already paid for the flights.
I know.
We had a whole black gold carpet thing that we
had
were going to do with cameras. We had the T-shirts and the stuff what we had set up. Shout out to Megatron. The rooftop party was going to be epic. Oh man, we
He's
gonna
know
get
about
the
that
food
rooftop.
catering.
Oh yeah, man.
He's know about that rooftop life.
All right, so yeah, I got to go next year.
Bro, you better go. You better. No more leaving Ames by herself. Come on,
Seriously, Dan
Yeah.
says he doesn't like the big crowd, so he wasn't going to go. Bert's like, I don't care about E3. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys?
Listen, I just it's just more of I don't know if it's like a phobia. It's just like I get very angry when people do stupid shit. So and the more people you put in, there's going to be more possibilities for people to
possibilities for dumb stuff, right?
Bro, it's a fraternity with your brothers, bro.
No, I get it.
Like, yeah, just the general population of.
Oh, you talking about that show floor downstairs?
He's like the show floor, yeah.
Oh,
The show
okay,
floor.
I got you.
Dan, I know Ainsley showed you the place, right? He showed you the place?
I don't know if he had
the pictures of the place we were going to stay at. Yeah.
We were in Hollywood, and I said, I said, God bless. Next year we're going to be in Hollywood. Got it. All right. So I said we're going to get one big truck, for everybody that we're going to travel in it this way, because a lot of times you get to a space and you spread out and you're not with each other. We were trying to be more of a group. Yeah. Right. I mean, you have different podcasts within the group.
All these dope content creators, all of us together, moving as a unit, everybody doing their thing.
One unit.
It'll be lit.
One vision. Dan, I'm gonna tell you.
You have no idea.
This put a fire in me that next year, the house is gonna be double the size. We're gonna have 2 cars. I put Cog on the list as a second driver, so we're gonna have the 2 SUVs. We're gonna do the red carpet, and the place that I want now will have the helipad that I was talking about.
I'm done with you. This man said that. I don't know that. I gotta talk to Saab in the bank. I gotta talk to the Iron Bank. This man going extra.
He thinks I'm joking. It's gonna be a helipad, and I'm gonna take a tour of the city.
I'm done.
And I'm gonna land right there.
This man right here.
Because you know why? Because in life, you just gotta get stuff off your bucket list. You gotta get stuff off your bucket list. That's right. And that's one of the things about my bucket list to come out of the helicopter with the IOP shirt on. With the IOP. Made it, my top of the world.
Man.
But seriously, when we were talking about this, I felt like that. It's like there's moments in life where you do things that mean a lot to you, and you just do it. Forget about the excuses. You just
don't
do
enable
it.
You ain't AIDS is enabling him.
And King will tell you, because King, I DM'd him and I said, I'm in. Whatever
you said, I'm in. So gangster. You was like, whatever y'all doing, I'm in. I'm in.
Whatever you're doing, do it big. I'm in. Tell me how much money you need.
He's like, tell me what it is.
Listen, he said, I'll send you the money now. You just let me know what
you
like.
Wait.
I said, Ainsley, man, calm down.
No. Whatever's the biggest, the baddest. Whatever y'all doing, I'm
do it. If it's between A and B and B's bigger, do B.
He's like, let's go. Thank you,
y'all
two peas in the pod. Y'all peas in the pod. Oh my god.
Look, Mariano Pampa made it at the end of the show. Thank you, sir. Shout out. Wow, you guys still going strong. Ain't no party like a SG and ILP party, because the parties don't stop. Exactly right.
Yeah, both my kneecaps is going right now because I was supposed to been gone.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to. We had so much fun I couldn't stop.
I had to give respect to Dan because Dan did whatever he had to do to get here today, and I truly appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming. It was amazing.
No, it's been fantastic.
Facts, bro.
Everybody watching here knows you guys, but if you want to give shouts out, call out where we can find you, go for it.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, man.
At Lord Cognito on Twitter. Iron Law Podcast every Sunday, the Lord's Day, YouTube, all that good stuff. Check us out, man. Tomorrow we'll also do another Aftermath show. We'll have the legendary Rand Althor in the building.
Nice.
So we'll do a little recap with Rand. It should be fun. Maybe a little special guest. Other may hop in. We'll see. But again, salute to Season Gaming, man. Salute to you guys. Salute to the Bitcast. Love what you guys doing. It's always a party when we get together, as Mariano said. But it's just real gaming discussions. I love these type of intellectual back and forth of, just breaking things down, what I'm saying, from a cool perspective. So salute to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Always fun, man. So
appreciate it.
Love.
I'm so happy to be here. It's very rare that I'm doing anything on a Saturday. So,
yes, thank you.
Ames called and I said I'm definitely showing up no matter what. Dan moved stuff around to make everything possible. So I truly appreciate that stuff. And God bless to you, your daughter on the graduation. That is a wonderful blessing. Games is what's keep us together. You guys can catch me on Twitter setting fire to guys with 3 memes.
3 strong memes.
OTW. Same thing on Xbox and on PlayStation service. That's Xbox 360 Lover 01.
He's not fanboying at all. He's not fanboying.
And the best part about what I really love about PlayStation, even when you're texting somebody in a little chat thingy that they have, when you go to put Xbox in it, it won't put Xbox. Shout out to the petty PlayStation.
The auto word,
It will not put Xbox in there. I love it. I respect it. And I believe that's why Reggie Feasible said, I'm out of here. Y'all ain't going to do what you
got a good job.
Dan, close out.
E. Rodriguez, WDSC on Twitter. I'm here every Saturday. I'm
here every Saturday.
Every Saturday. I'm here.
You sound like Marshawn Lynch.
I'm here so I'll get fined.
I just don't want to get fined. I'm here.
I don't want to get fined.
I got a going into the next gen article, what both companies can do to kind of check it out. I got a Ghost of Tsushima review. Coming
be up tomorrow.
Nice.
All right, perfect, and that's it, man. Thank you guys so much for being on. I really, really appreciate it. It was super fun.
So much fun.
Yes. Thank you guys, 100%. Obviously, be in touch. Be probably in the chat for your show tomorrow, and we're always in touch. So we'll do it again soon. We'll set up some of these other things we talked about, and I will close with just make sure this holiday season you hit the theater and see the Knee Collector. Indeed.
It's ridiculous. I'm not paying no money.
This is in theaters only.
You're dead wrong.
And with that, we are out of here. Catch you next week.
Peace.